Hey guys, good evening. Good evening. Um, gonna try to work on the model tonight. I hmm, had some. I'm trying to get the camera to set up the right way, and it's fighting me. So I'm gonna need to probably step off for just a half a second to try to get it to a point where it's gonna sit right. Because right now it is just kicking my ass, and I don't like that. So um, hmm, well, let's see who's all here first. Nico, yeah, you're first. Yes, that's what matters the most. So I think we're going to try to work on a couple things that are inside the model and go from there. But let me switch some things around real quick, and I'm going to turn off the camera to do that. JCX is one first on Twitch. Hey, there you go. Internet says identifies first. We don't, sir. As strong and as brave as you are, we don't do that here. So, and also, guys, I have a 3D printer running, and let me know if you can hear it right now. And there's gonna be spots where it's gonna like start like going like brrr. I know it's gonna do that. You'll hear that, but can you hear it right now? I'm kind of curious. So, so give me 1 second, guys. I'm gonna grab the stuff and get us over here. Hold tight. Yes. I'm live. What do you need, babe? No. No. I understand. I understand they can hear me. Let them hear. Let them hear it all the scandalousness. So, all right. Where are we at with that? All right. All right, guys. Your middle tinting your house so the feds, the darkest black, so those feds can't see in. Well, that is the way to do it. Don't ever want the feds to see in. Don't let them see the window into your mind, chat. Here we go. I think this will fix the camera. Let's try. Okay, nope, put it lower. Let's go. Like that. Let's see. There we go. All right. So, hope everybody's having a nice night tonight. Earthquake hit. Oh, wow. 4.2. Oof, that's no good. You know, the printer is going burr. So, I think I can show because I'm not making anything. So, we had one and we were printing it, and when I was cleaning it up, I broke the trigger guard. Then I did this one. That one works. So, Boom, the camera's off. It was meant to be off while I was trying to organize. Is it stream because of the Lockheed X-59 today? No, I just thought this would be appropriate for today. So. And besides, I mean, that's printing Baldos now. Yeah, that's printing Baldos. That'd be great. All right. Hi, Clyde. Oh, gosh, you're wet, buddy. It's raining outside. I'd show you Clyde. Well, you can see Clyde right here. Look. There's a little bit of Clyde in the corner. Right here, there's a little bit of Clyde. Hi, Papa. I know. Oh, God, you're so fucking wet. Hop down, buddy. That's not good. Sky King says, "Is you sure Mr. Smart 2.0 joining tonight?" No, I don't think so. I think she's just relaxing. So. All right, so we got some things we can work on tonight. I got other parts and pieces that are set to get painted, but I'm going to work on... I think I'm going to work on the internal landing gear bays and see what we can do about that. We might not get too far tonight, guys. I don't know. But we're going to try. Okay. $40 below this morning in central Alberta. Oof. It was like 40 degrees here, so I guess that's a big difference. Ground Unit says, am I going to paint this once I build it? Yes. Yes, it's going to get painted once built. But we got a ways to go. So, my newest sponsor, the Military Industrial Complex. I will, whoever they, Raytheon wants to sponsor me, that's fine, Raytheon, when you must level a village full of Yemeni children, accept nothing less but Raytheon. All right. Baldos for everybody. It's not going to be my locals gift, I promise. All right, so we need to do F-35 landing, 35 bay, interiors. Wait, where did I put the... Oh, so I got my stuff? All right. Okay, so we need some interior shots, F-35 bays, because we need to figure out what this one looks like internally to paint-wise. And also this right here, this is the front landing gear. No, they actually can fly. They can fly. They can fly. They can fly. They can fly. Okay. The Boeing mechanics, well, the DEI mechanics will not like it if you make fun of them. Okay, that is a mess. Okay, wow. Okay, I'm hoping is there cleaner versions of... Okay, that's kind of funny. We're not doing that. We're not... Oh, that's a lot of garbage in there. Like, is there a simplified version? Oh, here we go. This is actually kind of easier to look at. It's not exactly what I've got, but it kind of makes it a little easier to understand. So just a couple of... The bands are yellow. A couple of yellow bands, and then a lot of it's just panel washed. Okay. Okay, I can do that. And it looks like I need to stiffen up this white a little bit more with some black paint. Okay. But think, because the way the light comes through this, I think I'm going to put some black paint on the inside of this to give it a little bit of like pre-darkening. All right. So, because this is what I'm looking at here. Yeah, this is what we're going to do, I think. The paint of color, yeah. So, let's see. So if you guys are new to this, if you guys do have questions about stuff, you can put them up. I'll try to answer them as we go. So don't be afraid to ask away. But I need to go grab some paint, so I'll be right back. I'm going to roll over here and start working on that. Okay. Saying if only Pepsi would have come through on their deal for a jet. Yeah, well, nobody was going to let that happen in real life. There was no way. Robert says, an X-35 trip armed with Baldos. It'd be a cluster Baldo. Just raining those down on people. Okay, let's see if we can get something out of this. I don't have to be too careful because just kind of slapdashing it on. Also, guys, by the way, if you weren't aware, RIP Coach Red Pill, it appears Gonzalo Lira has died. Who would have thought, going to prison in Ukraine would have such ill effects, but apparently they did. And he's no longer with us. Apparently he got allegedly he got pneumonia and didn't make it. I don't, let's be real. I think we all know what happened there. So, just saying. Just saying. Let's see here. So, that'll be, won but not forgotten. Yeah. Scam saying you could probably buy a personal jet for some Saudi oil sheik. Well, I mean, the big thing is when you're buying a private jets, I mean, for a lot of people, they aren't if you're buying them for luxury, they're meant to be like a tool for you to make more money. That's generally the real philosophy behind owning a private jet is I can use that to make far more money than I could simply by flying around from place to place on United. God, this got thinned down a lot. We'll mix this fucker up with. Oh, there we go. So there is a philosophy behind having a jet that you use that jet because it's a money-making tool that it's a force multiplier. You can use it if you're rich, but you've got to be like rich to be like just like check me out, poors. I'm flexing. Because typically the modern way of looking at it is you use it as a tool. So, because there's ways you can do planes, like you can own part of a plane, basically own part of the hours on it in a year. So you don't pay, you pay for like using it and you pay for having it like as part of you available to you, but you don't pay for the like the real upkeep or having flight crews and all that, which is probably the way you save money. I mean, because ultimately planes are very labor intensive, especially when they're just sitting on the ground. The Ukrainian troops person's videos were not. Oh, our boy Michael, who got kicked out of the armed forces of Ukraine, dropped the video. I'm gonna have to watch that because I still think there's an issue of depriving a U.S. citizen of their civil rights, especially if you're the member of a governmental organization, as an American citizen yourself. Let's see here. Let's check this out real quick. I kind of want to listen to this. We're gonna listen to him. We'll see what he says. Oh, okay, yeah. Here we go. Some words about Gonzalo Lira. We'll listen to this.
Broke relating to Gonzalo Lira. I'll begin by offering my condolences to his family and my prayers to them.
You helped put him in prison, brah. I don't think your words mean much right now. Just saying. Just saying here. Just saying.
And to Gonzalo's soul, that they are able to find peace and Gonzalo is able to find redemption with the Lord now that he is no longer walking in this world. Everyone deserves to.
I'm pretty sure Jesus is like, I don't give a fuck what you were doing in Ukraine. Like, Jesus is like, I don't even like the whole holes myself. So like, I'm sure Jesus is like, oh, what you did, Gonzalo, you talk crap about those Ukrainians. That was so bad. It's like, I'm sure Jesus did say like, hey man, you shouldn't have gone there and done the Darwin thing. But he's like, I get it. He's like, I understand. So, but let's see what else he says.
You have eternal salvation, and it is my hope that Gonzalo has been able to find that now that he has passed on. As for the situation that led to his natural demise and natural passing, Gonzalo Lira was not a journalist. Gonzalo Lira was a would-be agent of the Russian.
According to you, his natural death, I'm pretty sure he wouldn't have gotten sick and died if he was out on his own. I mean, like, this isn't like he died of old age. He died of maltreatment in a prison in the third world, which you helped put him in. Oh, he wasn't, and now it's going to be, he was a heckin' Russian asset. He deserves what happened. Ooh, screams the troon.
Government. This has been proven without a doubt, and it is clear in the testimony and in the evidence that was compiled by Ukrainian investigators. Speaking of Ukrainian investigators, I am not a member of the SSU. I am not part of Ukrainian intelligence. I was simply someone who had knowledge of Gonzalo's work.
Press X to doubt. You're in the pay of someone.
And actions dating from April of 2022 until recently. Ultimately, Gonzalo Lira chose to stay in a war zone, although he was allowed to leave. Gonzalo Lira decided to insert himself into a war on the side of the Russians. And ultimately, apparently, the stress of that led to a rapid decline in his health and ultimately his death by pneumonia. Again, the facts are simple. Gonzalo Lira was not a journalist. Gonzalo Lira was someone who pushed the Russian narrative at the expense of Ukrainian soldiers and accredited foreign journalists whom he tried to dox. Should he have passed on? Well, we don't know the human body and we don't know the human condition.
Oh,
I would have personally liked to have.
Oh, see that? Should he have died? Well, I'm not going to say. It's like, okay, Trunella.
Seen the trial come to a full conclusion. So he could have been convicted if that's what the judge would have decided, and the answers could have been clearer. Now, though, all we can know are the facts as they were presented in court, and the facts are simple. Gonzalo Lira was guilty of what he was accused of, and now he's no longer with us. And all we can do is move forward, understanding that war is a horrific experience, and that the sooner the Russians understand that they need to retreat back to their borders, and Ukraine will be able to return to the country's 1991 borders, including Crimea, and Ukraine can have the implementation of President Zelensky's 10-point peace formula.
Listen to that. It's got to shill, got to shill, got to shill. Even when it's about Gonzalo Lira, you got to shill the peace plans, which ain't happening because the Russians ain't leaving.
The more lives will be saved. And that's all I'll say about it. Again, much prayers and condolences to Gonzalo Lira's family. Take care for now.
And it looks like he did a second one. Let's see here. So there was one 3 hours ago. Then there's this one here. Let's listen to this.
Due to all of the commentary that's taking place surrounding the passing of.
Also, you notice, I guess the Ukrainian army took their wig back, their whole uniform from him. So, and Mike is looking very, very butch now. So, just something to think about.
Gonzalo Lira. I will reiterate the statement I made earlier that I hope Gonzalo's family finds peace and solace in knowing that Gonzalo is no longer suffering in this human form, and that he has gone on to.
Yes, he quit suffering in the Ukrainian jail.
Hopefully eternal salvation. I believe eternal salvation, thanks to the Lord. And it is something that we all strive for. We all should strive for the Lord's blessings and reconciliation with our Creator. However, I've been reading the comments over the last 8 or 9 hours since Gonzalo's death was announced. And I have to make a plain statement. The paranoia, the conspiracy that has surrounded the situation with Gonzalo Lira since April of 2022.
Here we go. We're going to get the truth clarification.
This new sort of fervor, this new passion of people who are talking about something that they truly don't know about and don't understand. Gonzalo Lira died of natural causes. No one murdered him, and no one went ahead and conspired to put the man in prison.
How do you know that?
April of 2022.
Oh, really?
When he was released from custody the first time, he was not on any conditions of bail. He was given his passport back, and his statement about not being able to leave was a fallacy. He could have left.
How do you know that?
Instead, he chose to stay. And
how do you know that if you aren't part of the security services?
Increase his attacks against foreign.
You know a lot of information if you're not part of the security services of the Ukrainian government. How would you know all this? That's a lot to know. And I mean, listen to me, guys. I'm heckin' telling the truth. Granted, I grifted trying to convince everybody I was a woman, but I'm heckin' valid, y'all. Okay. This is before J.D. Vance. I threatened to kill J.D. Vance.
Foreign journalist, he chose to increase his attacks against the Ukrainian military, specifically soldiers. He gave positions away to those in Russia who were asking for it. He was asking for positions of the troops. Additionally, he attempted to make a deal for a potential television show
He
in
did?
Russia.
Really?
This was a
Proof?
fact as well. And I
Proof?
spoke about
Proof?
some of his former, I spoke to some of
Proof?
his former allies over the last couple of weeks and discussed with them the fact that Gonzalo Lira was someone who was reaching out fervently for assistance in order to increase his importance to Russia. The facts again are clear. Ultimately, again, he is who he said he was, someone who was attempting to call out Ukraine on behalf of what he considered the right side, but he was wrong. He was supporting the enemy. He was doing it in a country under martial law, and he was doing it for attempted profit. Let's make no mistake about this. Gonzalo Lira attempted to profit from his work
And you didn't?
through Russian channels. This is factual, and this is
Mhm.
something that cannot be questioned. Ultimately,
You cannot question it, says the man who thinks
attacks
of the woman.
against me are ludicrous and ridiculous, especially those who are hiding behind anonymous names, threatening me not to come back to America. I am the proudest of Americans. I am proud to be from the United States, and I'm proud to be of the United States. If you've gone to unite the right, if you have gone ahead and pushed a replacement theory, then you are living in a paranoid world of hyperbole, a world of your own internal demons. When I have called for the closing and securing of the US border for national security reasons, you attack that. When I present as a male, you attack that. When I presented as a female, you attacked that. When you called me a progressive, you attacked me for that.
Yes, if you have shit positions, people will attack you for that. And then you're back, you're flip-flopping. Yes, you will get attacked for that. Funny how that works, Mike.
That when you call me somebody from the ultra right, you attack me on that. For some reason, you have allowed me to nest in your heads and create this paranoia and conspiracy around me. The only fact about me that is necessary to know is that when I speak, I present the truth. When I speak, I present facts. I am simply an American who is proud to fight for freedom, proud to fight for democracy, and proud to bring forward the truth. And whether that truth is securing borders, or that truth is calling out Kremlin propagandists, or that truth is simply telling you that Gonzalo Lira died because he was a chain-smoking, past middle-aged man who was not in the healthiest conditions. And sometimes that leads to death, especially when somebody refuses to maybe ask for or get the necessary medical treatment. So ultimately, stop living in your delusional world.
Yeah, because it has nothing to do with being stuck in a shitty third world prison. That had nothing to do with it. I mean, because people typically don't die in American prisons of this stuff. You know, you typically die in shitty prisons under shitty conditions. Just saying, Mike. I'm just saying. Just saying. I mean, I'm not saying, I'm just saying.
Stop living in your worlds of paranoia and let us all come together to understand that the external enemies, Iran, Russia, the Venezuelan government under Maduro, Nicaragua, the PRC, the Houthis backed by Iran, are the enemies. To continuously look at internal enemies, to fear internal conspiracy, doesn't do anything to make the United States stronger. If anything, it breaks down the fabric that has made the United States the most phenomenal republic and experiment in democracy since its founding. And if you can't accept that, you are the failure of the American public, not those of us who are fighting for it. Ultimately, continue to attack me, you will. It doesn't bother me. You want to try to kill me, you threaten me, come for me. This is not something I'm concerned of. I was in the Darien jungle last week. I'm in Tijuana now. I will be at Tecate tomorrow. You can come look for me. And I will come and go as I please into the United States, into the Americas, all around Europe. And you will not get me because you're cowards hiding behind keyboards while myself and others are out fighting to make certain the United States and all of our partner nations who believe in democracy and freedom continue to lead the way into the 22nd century and beyond for all that is good and great that we know
The
about
22nd century.
in mankind and freedom.
Oh, there's no salami Ukraine on that one. No salami Ukraine. Oh, I guess. Anyways, yeah, hella sorry. Yeah, sorry about that. Bugman says, why don't you try presenting as a sane person? Yeah, I know. That's the thing. Like, I'm heckin' valid. Trust me, heckerinos. Who attacked it for presenting as male? No, but, well, a lot of people are just commenting, hey, Mike, where'd your wig go? Then, Shepiko's like, is that trans truth? Like he's transgender? Yeah. And the Troon calling out other people delusional. Yeah. So, I still think there's something to be said about depriving of Gonzalo of his civil rights, and conspiring to help others as a member of a governmental organization. I think there's got to be some sort of claim there. The U.S. prosecutes people for things all the time, but we all know they won't do anything about it. So, let's see here. And then Unhung Hero for $2. I'm gonna come. Don't come. Don't come. Oh. Some of you are probably looking at this saying, wow, this kind of looks like shit. Yeah, it doesn't have to be good. I'm just trying to make it so it's got a little bit of like shadowing and darkness on the backside. So I don't need it to look sexy in here because it's all getting covered up. So, but yes, I do love the argument of, oh, Gonzalo got what, because he was an old guy and he was a smoker. Okay. How many guys in his situation are dying in Ukrainian prisons every day? I know the answer is probably 0. I mean, like, let's be real here. Let's be real. So, but yeah, I was surprised. No salami Ukraine from him. No salami Ukraine from Michael. So, very, very interesting. Very interesting what he. Oh. I do love the when you read Mike's Twitter profile. It is very interesting.
Hello, everyone. I've decided to go.
It's very interesting here because you see this beautiful thing here. You see things aren't exactly what they're cracked up to be, because you see status in America on leave in Mexico, currently in the armed forces of Ukraine. Yeah, I have a feeling that's not the case anymore because it's been months since he's been seen in uniform, and months since he's claimed to be a spokesperson for the armed forces of Ukraine. So, yeah, I think somebody got kicked out after that whole JD Vance thing. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. So, during he's saying in 76 years, Ukraine will finally hold elections. That's what it kind of sounds like. Now, that said, though, do I miss Coach Red Pill because he was such a tour de force of intellectual prowess? No. Gonzalo Lira was adult. A complete moron. Like let's not make any bones about it. He was a bit of an idiot. I do think that when Noel was talking about it today on Matt at the internet, that's interesting that, Coach Red Pill, when they were both in Ukraine, Coach Red Pill, Noel asked him for help, and, Gonzalo kind of fucked with him. But, that's kind of par for the course with Gonzalo Lira. He's a moron. That is what it is. And, did he fuck around? Yeah, sure he did. But should the U.S. government have helped him once one of their citizens found out? Yes, and they didn't. And that's the problem here. They did not help him. So, yes, Coach Deadpill. Yes. Oh, egalitarian. Yes, that is Michael Cirillo, also known as Sarah Ashton Cirillo. It's hard to tell, but yes, he's the Troon of Kiev. Oh, you like Pretty Mouse? Thank you. He's a foamer. No, I'm not a foamer. Egalitarian says, did I 3D print this? No, this is from the Amateur Iconoclast. This is a actual model kit. Where's the lid? The hell, I just had the box. Oh, hold on. We are building this bad boy. That's what we're building. So it's a model. No, models don't print. 3D prints don't print this good. So Mandy wants me to use that glue on my nips. Yeah, well. So it's actually been a long time. I haven't seen Mandy anywhere. I think Mandy finally rode off, and Mandy pulled a Shane and rode off into the sunset. Bella's saying, did I miss you? It's good to see you. It's been a little while. Saying you've been busy. I know that. So, welcome back. Welcome back. Okay, now the 3D printer's getting loud. And I wish I could show you guys, but I think YouTube would count that as gun porn, and they would probably cancel it. So I don't want to do that. That dude was, yes, the Ukrainian military through one of their like territorial forces or whatever, hired him, and he has the rank of junior sergeant, meaning he's a corporal, meaning he is a non-commissioned officer, which, there's some issue about if you accept NCO rank in a foreign military, can you lose your citizenship? It's not clear. So there's that. And shh. But yes, he then became a propagandist for the Ukrainian military. And then when J.D. Vance started asking questions, because he went on a complete lunatic diatribe about holding Russian and pro-Russian journalists accountable and all those he deemed as heckin' propagandists, J.D. Vance is like, whoa, what are we doing here? Because you're calling out American citizens. He called out J.D. Vance, and that, the Ukrainians realized that didn't look good because he basically called out a U.S. senator. So he was very quickly sidetracked. So also appears he was running a PayPal scam. Like, pay me and we'll get the Ukrainian military to buy some boats, some fishing boats, so they can cross a river. That didn't seem sketch at all. So, and now he claims that he's working in an unofficial capacity or working for the Ukrainian military, and he doesn't have to wear a uniform anymore. It's like, okay, I'm sure that's true. You know, whatever you say, whatever you say, whatever you say. Whatever you say. So I hope everybody else is having a nice Friday night. Is model going to be way over budget and a decade or so late? No. I have Tamiya thinner. Yeah, well, hey, this is actually, well, at first when I started paying, because I didn't have room for anything, but that's actually not Tamiya thinner anymore. That's been refilled. So it's something. Hell saying, is David trying to get me to do a Lego stream? Yeah, I just think we need to schedule it up at some point. But yes, some point I'd like to. Legos are fun. So let's see here. So we are. I'm not. I see that comment. I am not dignifying that with a response, but I see it. Well, that looks pretty good. That looks pretty dang good. Hold on, one more spot. We need to boop. Fill in that hole. Filling in them holes. All right. Got that going. We'll let that dry. Let's see where we're up to now. Ukraine should have kept him. We didn't miss him. Yeah. Alyssa says, is Michael still technically the spokesperson for Ukraine? It's not clear. He claims he's on leave, and I don't know if that leave has been was self-imposed, or they said if you have two options: either go on leave or we send you to the front. Which I'm sure he then bravely said, no thanks, I'll leave. I mean, also on the other hand, remember, let's say you're in a military unit and he walks up and says, I'm your medic. I think men can have babies. So you're like, no thanks, I'll just die. Amateur iconoclast saying CRP is with his aborted child. That's the thing. CRP is not, well, I mean, you're saying he's in hell? I don't really know. Oh, Nick just canceled the show tonight? No. Oh, Egalitarian says, I just got the future Mrs. Julia today. What a talent of women you've gone and gotten yourself. Absolutely gorgeous work. I will let her know. But if she's already watching, I know she'd say thank you. Speaking Coach's book will finally get released. That would be hilarious. Oh, that's so mean, but so damn funny. Yes, he'll finally release his book. The posthumous writings of Gonzalo Lira. Like I said, it's I don't think he deserved to die the way he did. I don't think he should have been in a Ukrainian prison, but there are some funny things about this at the end of the day. And I will say, I watched a little bit of the kill stream earlier today. Ethan Ralph was kind of talking a little shit about it too, but that's the sector give and the sector give and the sector taketh away. So let's see here. What are you guys talking about? No stream tonight, but I'll stream tomorrow night. Oh, okay. Just in case it's like talking about the Cirillo bloke. Yep. I'd be like, oi, mate, you talking about that Cirillo bloke? Have a bottle of water. Danny, hi, Danny. How you doing? Guys, if you haven't subscribed to Danny on, always some good stuff going on there. So, over on YouTube, Danny on Direct. But yeah, I hope you're doing well, Danny. Looks like you and Jeff are having some fun tonight. Getting ready to start your weekend. Oh, and sorry, you're talking about me. Danny, how are you doing? I don't know. If you want to come on, let me know. I'll send you a link if you want to talk. Well, there's a reason. Uh-oh. I don't know. There's a reason for what. Eric says a Connect stream. I'm serious, Dan. If you want, let me know. I'll shoot you a link. I actually, I know this because my mom still kept the box of Connects I had. Well, she didn't really keep them; it just shoved away in a corner in the basement. But yeah, those are still a thing. Like they still exist. Like I remember when those were so cool to have and play with. But they're I bet the box, it was like the full set came in like the orange box. I bet it's worth money. I just don't know what I don't know what you do with it nowadays. Like who you'd sell it to, but yeah, you definitely could play with them. And then I'll just send out some if people want to join. I sent a couple of things out. If anybody would like to stop by, you're more than welcome to. See what comment. I don't know what are we talking about? Oh, okay. Wow, that was fast.
Hey, what's up?
Not much. How are you doing?
Good. So what inspired you to do the F-35?
Well, one of my viewers sent it in, so doing that.
Aww, that's so
Yeah.
sweet.
Yeah.
I love when viewers send me stuff that like I would never regularly buy, but I'm also interested in like doing stuff with. So like I'm leaving my firm, or I'm not leaving my firm. I went on leave from my firm for a minute, and someone gave me as a gift a little jigsaw puzzle that's really pretty that I really love, but I wouldn't have done it otherwise. So I'm grateful.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. So, you got a nice backdrop tonight.
Yes, this
is that that's the capital of Mormonistan, right?
It is the capital of Mormonistan, or Brigham Brigham State, Brigham Province, Brigham, whatever you want to call it. For
Desiree?
those who don't know, Utah actually used to be a territory of the United States that was one of our only like monarchies of sorts, like a theocracy type monarchy, where the prophet of the LDS Church, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, Brigham Young, was also the first governor of the territory after it became a state.
Yes.
So
also
Mormonville
one
is
of the-
a correct terminology for the state of Utah.
Also,
But
one of
it's
the
so
only.
much more than that. And guys, please don't come
Yes.
to Utah. We don't want you. It's a horrible place. It's a silly place. You don't want to come here.
Well, as I say, are there? Well, I mean, you have to pay. Do you still have to pay like the membership fees to go to bars there in Salt Lake City?
No membership fees, but they do require, like, they still have the Zion curtain, somewhat of a Zion curtain. So like you can't watch your drinks get mixed in front of you. They're brought to your table.
You can't watch the drinks being made.
Yeah.
Like
If you're at a restaurant, I believe.
you-
They just recently changed the rules. One of the rules they tried to change was
Mhm.
for their licensing. They said if you're a restaurant, then you can get a certain permit. If you're a bar, then you get a different permit. And like basically all you had to do is say, I am a bar, I am a restaurant. And then that created a stream of in real life memes where people would walk around and just put sticky notes on places being like, this is a car, this is a restaurant,
Oh,
not a bar.
that's funny.
Yeah.
No, I was just saying, like, you can't watch your drinks being mixed. You can't watch the if you're at a bar, you can't watch the musicians make the black musicians make their swing music. That'll get you too antsy as well, I bet.
That's one of the things that we rarely talk about in Utah history is the ongoing cases of segregation in the state and for how long lasting they were. I mean, people of color, which is such an odd term to me, POC.
Which is funny
Is
because
that not just the reverse of colored people, but whatever.
and it's also funny because the Mormons go proselytize all over the world, but they're like, you come here, sorry, bro. Join the church, but stay there.
Kind of. So the whole term people of color, I don't fully understand, but as a white person, I don't know if I'll
The whitest of people.
that. Pardon?
The whitest of people with white hair.
I am 100% white. Like, I took that DNA test. You know how everybody's like, oh, we'll take a bunch of like racist people and a bunch of people of like all different kinds of backgrounds. We'll give them DNA tests and it will show that they have, some surprise ancestry to say that they're from like Africa or some sort of indigenous ancestry.
Or you're like 1% Ashkenazi Jew or something. Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. Well, guess what? I am 100% indigenous to the Northern European peoples. So, vodka blood, why would I take a DNA test? Because I needed to find out that I'm 100% that bitch. That's why. That's it. So she's Pelosi white. No, I feel like Pelosi may have more like.
She's Italian. That doesn't count as white to a lot of people.
For a lot of people, I don't understand race. I'll say it once, I'll say it a million times over. My whole family, especially my extended family, like my cousins are actually like black. My other cousins are Hispanic. My other cousins are Filipino. My husband is Korean. And so for me, the whole like race concept is a little silly to me. But I could understand as someone who's a minority in a country, how race plays a part in the way that the world perceives you and the experiences that you have in the world as a result of the way people perceive you. Like when I'm in Korea, for example, I am the minority and I look like I have a third leg everywhere I go because everybody just kind of stares at me.
Mm-hmm.
It's changed a lot in recent years, but I'll just say this. Your race to me is the least interesting thing about you. To me, the most interesting thing about you is your character and who you are. That's all I care about.
What if my character is built upon my race? Then it has to be interesting.
Well, then you're not very interesting to me. if your character, like, okay, for example, that one YouTuber who's a redhead who speaks Spanish and she's apparently Hispanic,
Yeah.
but more so on the Spaniard side of Hispanic. And
Yes.
she just, that's her whole personality. That's her whole channel. That is by far one of the most annoying things I see on my YouTube feed.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, I hate that shit.
Okay. And then Secret is saying an F-22 model when? I did an F-22 model when I was like 9 years old, back in the early 90s. So
really,
that was back. Yeah, they made them like way. That was back when like there were no pictures of them. It was just drawn on like it was concept art. So
because those came after the F-16s. Because
yes, they did. Well,
right?
the F-22 came out basically around the turn of the century. So
okay, yeah, I mean that makes sense. Oh, don't say turn of the century.
Well, it was. I mean, it is
I already feel
what
old. You just said everybody who was born in the 90s was born at the turn of the century.
Yeah,
I
born
mean,
in the late 1900s. I've seen that meme too.
Oh
Yeah.
my God. I mean, technically right. Right. Just hurt in my heart.
Haven King says Nick escapes from streaming tonight. Let's send him death threats. So you mean like death threats? Like, I don't know. Does this work?
I don't speak sign language.
I don't know. Does that sound scary enough?
I know this in sign language.
So I mean,
and this. Hi Nick. Did I tell you my New Year's Eve bump story?
Your what?
My New Year's Eve bump story.
Oh, hi. Hello, how you doing?
Hi,
hello. Hi, I've been down there for a while.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't see you there. Sorry about that.
I know. You're a bit distracted by like the beautiful lady and
Is there like in the back like the painting?
No. You're beautiful. And then there's the thing that he's making as well, which is probably.
I think I'm pretty, but thank you.
No, you are pretty.
That's very sweet of you. I appreciate it. Everybody is saying who this lady, so tell us who you are, Hella.
Yes.
I'm excited. My name's Hella. You probably saw me last week. I was here for the engagement party.
Yes.
For about
Correct.
3.5
We were
hours.
friends last week.
Yeah, we were. We've met before too. But yeah,
we're friends too now. That sounded wrong.
Oh yeah, we were friends last week. We were friends before. My accent is so Australian.
Oh, you're Australian. Okay, so you're like upside down. You're just screen correcting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Everything.
I have a question. Do you have jokes about us being upside down where you're from?
No, we just have jokes you probably don't want to hear about.
I want to hear them. I won't be offended because I'm a true American and I think everything is funny.
Yeah. No, Americans to us are like we like you guys, but we find Americans to be like a lot louder and more self-confident than ourselves. So we are a lot more sort of reserved and down to earth, I think.
I wonder why. Maybe it's because we threw off the tyranny of the UK and you guys ended up being the bitches of the UK. I mean, something probably along there. No offense. But if it's any consolation, I cried when Steve Irwin died because I legitimately thought I was going to grow up and marry him when I was little.
Okay, and then a lot of people did apparently like him very much. Like we liked him. It's just he was
no Chopper Reed.
Overseas. No, he was no Chopper Reed. Chopper Reed is okay. I talk about glorifying criminals at the moment. Like I've been watching and covering the Gypsy Rose situation, right?
Oh my gosh, what is with that?
I
mean, on the one hand, I'm like, girl, get the bag, right? Like if you're a criminal and you can monetize, like I'm not gonna hate you for it. I'm not gonna hate you because I ain't you, right? But on the other hand, I'm like, you also murdered your mother.
Your mom was
someone with autism to do it, and then put that autistic guy.
Your mom deserved it, though.
I mean, she.
No one's very upset about the mother. Like, no one's like, oh no, poor Didi, very much.
I don't want to say that she deserved it, though. That's the other thing.
No one says that.
Well, yeah, well.
Except David. David was all like, nah, I'm not upset about the dad.
Someone's
the
saying
mom's
it.
story.
I'll say it.
Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
and the prosecutor said that. The prosecutor said that one of the hardest things in convicting her would be that people find it very sympathetic and can understand where she's coming from and don't have a lot of love lost for her mommy. So,
No.
and frankly,
Yeah.
if you subject your little girl to multiple unnecessary surgeries,
Yeah.
you're kind of setting yourself up for a disastrous ending. Now, did I expect murder? No, but
Honestly, at the trial, because we're nearly finished the trial, and there hasn't been much talk, if any, about the mother and about
Really?
like, you know how you usually get the whole sort of, oh, this was the mother and this is her life and all this kind of thing. Nothing really about that.
Interesting.
Much more about his co-conspirator, really, and her poor life. So it is very interesting that it's that part of it, the whole part about you could sort of put the victim in a light where you felt sorry for the victim. Not at all. It's really not been about that. She's barely even come up.
I mean, I could see that though. I wouldn't think that the prosecution or I'm sure the defense really wanted to bring in mom. But they can't really bring in mom's character or prior bad acts without opening the door for their own client coming into that. And so I could see why they would want to not mention her at all from a defense and prosecution standpoint.
Yes.
On that same token, though, there's no way, I'm sorry, this is going to sound awful, but I'm going to say it. There's no way that jury wasn't tainted. There's no way that jury didn't have some clue of what they were getting into.
What was going on. Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd been years leading up. Yeah. So, and it was a really well-known story. There's been so many documentaries and things, and because I live over here, I don't get to see it all. So it's not really available on our streaming services or anything like that the way it is for you guys. Like there's even been an episode of the Lifetime series drop since she's been out.
If you want, if I have access to anything, I will live stream it with you on StreamYard, but not make it public, and then you can watch them.
That's actually, that's actually awesome because like
big
we've
brain
been trying,
moment there.
Yeah, a few people have been trying to share it with me in Discord and things like that, but it's been like in the middle of my night, and I'm busy doing like preparing for all my streams during the day, and because it's a lot of work.
Get a VPN. You need to also.
That's a really good idea too. It's expensive.
Although I'm surprised those aren't illegal in Australia at this point.
So I'm surprised most things aren't just illegal in general in Australia. I feel like apart from breathing, working, and ending up on like Bondi Beach police, you're prohibited from doing anything else.
Bondi.
That's the way I see Australia now.
Stacey is Sean letting the ladies take over.
I really want to watch the Bondi Beach. Like, I want to do reviews of the Bondi Beach.
Bondi Beach, not Bondi, right?
It's Bondi.
Bondi?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. It's Bondi Beach.
Like Bondi,
we have a whole like Bondi Beach like lifeguard series
stream right before the tree moving and a bonsai charge.
But
it's
Bondi
like the Australian version of Cops, and it is hilarious. It is like the most absurd stuff.
It is that, and they have a lot of crime there. Like any of the really big beach towns that have a lot of tourism, they tend to have a lot of crime.
Oh, same here. Why do you think Florida is Florida?
Yeah, it's like Bondi's kind of like your Florida, and we've got another one that's called Gold Coast Surfers Paradise. And it's like an hour south from me. And
what is it called?
Is Cairns full of crime?
The Gold Coast Surfers Paradise. It's called.
Yeah, but is Cairns full of crime?
Cairns is not as bad.
Okay,
but
I watched Below Deck, and that's where they go out of.
I watched that too, Sean.
Yeah.
Hey, Sean, I have to shovel off, but I did want to just ask you a question. Did you watch my F-35 noise complaint stream?
Oh, about over at the Air Force Base nearby? Yeah.
You did? Okay, that's all I cared about. I want to honor and respect and bless your stream and your model plane, that it may annoy the shit out of everybody who comes near it. May that blessing stick in their mind forever. You guys, if you haven't already, go ahead and take a look. Boop. That's all I'm going to say. Okay, now you guys can talk. I'm just going to shut up now.
No, I knew you wanted to say something. I was like, and then he sent me a link, and I'm like, Danny wanted to say something, and I don't want to stop Danny saying her thing.
The only reason I came on was to talk about how much I love the F-35 and I wanted to be a fighter pilot. But at the time that I was looking at taking the ASVAB, which is sort of the equivalency test or like the skill test here in the United States to join the Air Force and to qualify as a pilot, I went to go and take it. And then I was told that if you take Ritalin, which is what I am prescribed, you're not allowed to be a fighter pilot. And so although which makes sense, like I got my pilot's license, VFR, so visual flight reference pilot's license, just for myself, just to fly little Cessna putt-putts. But I grew up.
That's scary.
I'm sorry, Sean?
Do you still have it, Danny?
No, because I can't pass medical because I take Ritalin.
Well, okay. Well, I know you still take it, but do you see that there was that channel TN Fly Girl? She bought a plane and she's like, "Hi y'all, I'm gonna learn to fly," and then she augured into the ground like a month or two ago. She had like 400 hours in it. It sounds like she basically rode her autopilot all the way into the ground.
Is she alive?
No, no. She hit the ground at like 300 miles an hour.
So no.
Sean, I told you my mother died in a plane crash, right?
No.
Yeah, she died in a plane.
I'm very sorry.
I mean,
sorry to bring it up like that.
No. To be fair, though, she came back to life, so she's alive now.
Oh, okay. Well, that doesn't count then.
But she was dead for like 8 hours. She wrote a book about it. She had a whole life after death experience, like the whole "don't go towards the light," life after death thing. Like we went on a tour of like ions and the whole thing. Like I was involved in all of that growing up. So like my mom was burnt from like over 75% of her body in 3rd degree burn. She had to have massive reconstructive surgery. And then I grew up, because she was a inspirational speaker and author, I grew up going to burn units to try and cheer up kids in burn units, because it is, I mean, having your face taken from you is probably one of the most depressing things that can happen to you in your life.
That is the most incredible story.
I was going to say, go and cheer up the kids in the burn units. That when I was in college, they had this thing called Dance Marathon, whereas like they raised money. It was like a 24-hour thing of like dancing for 24 hours straight. And it was like money for kids who were like really disabled. And I always thought it was like the worst thing in the world, because like at the end they bring in like all these cultures, like, "Hey, look at us, we can dance," and you're stuck in a wheelchair. But yay, we're doing this for you. And it's like, couldn't you have done something more appropriate? Because I feel like that's kind of like sticking it in their face that, you're
like, couldn't you have done like art or singing?
Yeah,
something that didn't require
and you like got up and started dancing.
Yeah, it's like having a reading competition. Like, look, we're doing it for the Blind Society of America. We're doing this for you. But like, Danny shows up, this like white girl. It's like, "Hey, bird people, just so you know, it's always gonna be better."
Well, I was a kid,
and in the meantime, they've got like, I'm joking. But.
Well, okay, but like I know you're joking. Just so everybody knows, I disavow. Like Blaine can disavow whenever I come on this channel.
Wait. That wasn't true. The mother thing?
No, that was 100% true.
Oh,
she disavows.
Yeah, I just disavow Sean and his hilarious jokes that I don't think are funny. I just laugh sometimes.
Yes.
I thought you took us just for the biggest ride just then.
No, I would not take you on that far. Okay. Trust me, you're good. Okay. No. One of the things that I used to do, though, and I still do, is I like to go to burn centers and work with kids, because it's really unfortunate. Like, you know how you were teased as a kid, and kids can be just very cruel.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate that a lot of these kids just don't have a lot of friends, like people who are just friendly to them, who can just see past their scars, see past, their outward appearance, and just spend time with them one-on-one. So, I mean, that's what I try and do on my free time.
That's really good. You
should take your dog.
I should take Un, but Un is still a little crazy. Yeah, I was gonna say an asshole, but
when they jump all over you, is he at that age where they just
especially
jump?
if you get burns, that's not a good thing.
He's not jumpy, but he is still a little nippy. Like, he'll get excited and he'll just kind of mouth. But I mean, I don't know why I brought that up.
We were talking
Oh,
about
plane crashes.
Yeah.
He said
Don't
plane
be
crash and
stupid in
someone falling
planes.
into
So
the
yeah,
Don't be
so-
ground.
fucking
and
stupid
she
in
has a
planes.
YouTube
That's the
channel.
rule.
What's that? So this girl, she has a YouTube channel, and she's like, I bought a plane. I'm learning how to fly it. She got VFR rated. She had like 400 hours in it total, but she films herself doing the whole thing. So there's times where she points out, like, yeah, I screwed this up. Yeah, I didn't do this right. And there's at one point, and I had never seen any of these, but somebody showed it. Did you ever fly a plane that has autopilot before, Danny? Okay, well,
No.
with the autopilot, you can tell it to, like, I want you to, climb or descend. Well, the way she was doing it is, like, if this is the button, she, like, was holding it down as, like, thinking, like, you have to hold it down to make it keep going up. And it sounds like she was trying to make the autopilot climb. She didn't, and then it got out of trim, and she wasn't increasing speed. So it sounds like she, like, because the data shows it, like, yawing, it goes real high, and then it does these, like kind of parabolas, and it gets faster, 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 and just boom.
Why didn't she disengage the autopilot?
She won a very good pilot. It really seems
Panic.
like it. No, it just in general, she wasn't a very, like, this is. It sounds like this is one of those times where somebody should have sat her down and been like, honey, this really isn't for you. But she's strong, independent
now.
Strong, independent woman. She beat the fire department to the crash. That's how fast she was.
Sean, I disavow, but that is funny to some people.
She raced the fire department. I mean, that's a pretty impressive feat. But no,
whoever just said do a barrel roll, you're going to hell.
Yeah,
you're going to hell.
Do a barrel roll like Sky King. Hey, blessed be upon him. He was doing God's work. Yeah.
Did you play Fighter Fox, or what was the name of that? Star Fox when you were a kid?
Yes. Do a barrel roll. Yes, Peppy.
That was
would
such
always
a great game.
Roll. Yes, he would always say you do a barrel roll. But
do a barrel roll.
Yes, but the Sky King, he was America's hero. Sky King was America's
Sky King.
You don't know Sky King?
Oh wait, is this the guy who wanted to see the little whales?
No. Sky King. And I'm not talking about when you get the U.S. military high frequency intercepts, Sky King. But there was a guy known as Sky King who worked as a baggage handler in Seattle, and he stole a plane. And he flew it.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. He wanted to go see the
whales.
whales, an Alaskan airline employee, right?
It was one of those airlines, and he stole the plane, and he was doing barrel
in Seattle.
Roll. Yeah,
hang on, looking it up.
Yeah, that happened like the day I was visiting Washington, and that was a freaking insane case. First of all, I didn't know that plane could handle that amount of load. Like that to me is impressive, all on its own.
Danny, most airplanes in general can handle all kinds of stress. It's just you don't do it.
Well, you don't do it, but beyond that, in your manual for each plane, you have loads, right? You have your limits, and they're explicitly stated. And like you just sort of assume that the manufacturer knows, and that they're not giving you warnings or guidelines, but like that is the rule. Apparently not.
Oh, that unalived him.
Oh well, yeah. Well, yeah.
He unalived.
He unalived himself. There was no accident with that one. There's actual audio we can listen to. We'll listen to it in a second. But no. But if you've ever seen video of for a 737 being tested, and I'm not going to make jokes about the doors falling off of those right now. But
although you should, and diversity
the actual testing of airliners, if you watch how they test those, the wings almost flip up and can touch each other. That's how those planes are pretty maneuverable. They can handle a lot of force. They're not designed to, and when they're under a full load, they probably can't. But you could, I guarantee you, you could take a 737, 760. You could. I don't think you could probably do a I don't know how many aerobatic tricks you ever did, Danny, but I don't think you could do a square, a Cuban 8 with a 747. But I guarantee you could barrel roll a 747, and God, if you were high enough, you could probably do a loop in one. But
wait, was he not in a 747?
No,
because I think he proved you can do a barrel roll in a 747.
Well, no. He was in a little airplane, and he was doing loops and all kinds of shit.
Yeah.
Well, what I do know is is when you look at 747s and other planes, what they'll often do is they'll have commercial pilots after the test pilots have had their fun.
Yeah.
I am going to duck out, and it's not because I don't love you, Sean. It's just that this is, to me, heartbreaking audio,
Oh,
especially when you
sorry.
listen to why he took over the plane.
Yeah.
And how hopeless he felt in the hiring practices of his employer.
Well,
so
it's more about his life in general.
Yeah, but
part.
It's
So we have to
scary
listen
how
to the-
relatable his life is to so many,
Yeah.
and how much corporate policy and political policy has played a role in that. So I am sorry,
sorry.
but I am going to duck out. I
You're
love
gonna
you
take out Danny?
guys.
I'm sorry.
Love
I
you,
didn't mean to-
Danny. Thanks to
No.
I think
I have been
he's also
delighted
just
to be
a-
on.
I think he's also just because this was like almost 15 years ago now that he did this.
Brimstone DDDD. You're not wrong. Flying a plane is easy AF. The biggest thing is, can you follow instructions, and can you keep that list of instructions on your lap and follow it repeatedly, time after time after time?
You got 3 roles. You got 3 jobs: aviate, navigate, and communicate. And for some people, that's doing all 3 at once is really hard.
It's a lot.
I think for me, the hardest thing is following the checklist, which should be the easiest thing, which is why they have checklists. But you just have to go through the checklist every single time. So
the basic concept of flying, keep it in the blue and out of the brown, is pretty easy.
The brown.
That's like driving a race car. Don't put it in the wall. Okay, that's the easy part. There's a lot more to it.
I've been flying since I was 14. It is very intuitive, and once you get in a cockpit, it's very, very natural. It just, I don't know. I love flying. I love flight. I am grateful every time I take a commercial flight, no matter how long it is, because I remember that for thousands and thousands of years, people have only dreamed of being in the seat that I'm in, and so I'm very grateful. But I love you guys. Cheerio. Or whatever you say what do you say in Australia? What's a fun sign off in Australia?
What do I say?
Mate.
Good day.
Yeah, see you later, mate.
See you later, mate. Love you guys. Bye.
Bye, Danny.
Bye, Dina. Not Dina. Bye, Danny. I was just thinking about Dina because Dina's in chat.
I think she is.
I was just saying, yes, she is.
Oh.
She was just saying she was looking at my videos on my page, and then she came here and I'm here. It's like, where am I everywhere? Why am I everywhere?
So, but yeah, if you guys haven't seen this, you haven't seen this before. This is really, this is really sad. It's about, this is. Oh, my 3D printer's done too at the same time. That's very fortuitous. So yeah, this guy. Here we go.
That care about me, and it's going to disappoint them to hear that I did this.
Can you hear it okay, or is it a little hard to hear?
You can hear it. Might be a teensy bit low.
Broken guy.
Maybe it helps if I put this on.
I guess. Never really knew it until now.
All right, guys, hold on. I'm going to try to find a better one to hear.
Oh, no. I think it's okay. What's chat think?
Well, I'm going to try to find better audio.
I'm down to 2,100. I started like 30-something.
Rich, you said you're at 2,100 pounds of fuel left?
Yeah, not quite ready to bring it down just yet, but holy smokes, I gotta stop looking at the fuel because it's going down quick.
So he's flying around Seattle in a plane, and they're panicked. He's going to.
Damn it, Andrew! People's lives are at stake here.
Now, Rich, don't say stuff like that.
That's actual footage of him flying this along.
Nah, I told you, I don't want to hear that one. I just want you to whisper sweet nothings.
So low.
Well, he was flying all over the place.
Nah, everything's peachy clean. Just did a little circle around Rainier. It's beautiful. I think I got
goddamn loser.
to go check out the Olympics. And
okay, I found a better one. It's of him just.
All right.
Yeah, without all the music.
You want the audio? Yeah. Okay. Binary death.
This is better music.
I got a lot of people that care about me, and it's going to disappoint them to hear that I did this. I would like to apologize to each and every one of them.
Really?
Oh, Jesus Christ. I don't want all this. I want to hear that.
Just a broken guy.
Well, Eric Holmes,
Yes, never really
this
knew.
isn't a very nice way to go out, I don't think. I don't know. It's just my opinion.
That is not a drill.
What the hell? Oh my god. What is happening right now?
The fucking Alaska Airlines Q400. What the fuck is he doing over here?
Nah, I told you I don't want to hear no one. I just want you to whisper sweet nothings in my ear.
And that was the thing. The Air Force Base, there's an Air Force Base at Seattle, and they sent F-15s after him. Because they weren't sure what he was going to do.
How much would that have cost?
To what? Have a plane come after you like that?
Those planes, yeah.
I mean, like,
The
those
fighter
are like,
planes.
they're like $20-some million a piece.
Yeah, just to send them up there.
Oh, very expensive. But it's not like it costs the government anything.
Amazing footage. Whoa.
Yeah, he was doing some acrobatic maneuvering. Definitely.
I don't know if it's purposeful though.
Oh no, he was intentionally flying.
Oh really?
Yeah. Oh, they don't have him talking at the end. Okay, well, this is
Everyone standing by for departure. Just hold on with me for a second.
Right, 070. Approach welcome, final
Here we
runway
go.
for that little sun wheel. On Papa cross 16 center cross 1. What's all the airplanes doing on Alpha?
For the maintain 8,000.
Cross 420. No, you can do that with these things. So what would, if you were to do it, how would you do it? Well, I'd try to figure out how to use the autopilot first.
On the Roger taxi spot 88 via Bravo County Frame.
88 and over ramp at 2057. Not concentrate so much on flying the airplane. Hey, you think if I land this successfully, Labs will give me a job as a pilot? I think they would give you a job of doing anything if you could pull this off. Yeah, right. Nah, I'm a white guy.
It's 318 120 better to a 5-mile final contact point down now from 120.6.
Okay, we'll do that with Steve, and we're going to go to
Talking to that aircraft at this time. If they need your assistance, I will let you know. But they are talking to that aircraft right now.
Roger.
20 some moment.
Yeah, you do, man. Hey, FA guy, Andrew, you on?
Yeah, I'm still here, Rich. So now maintain 10,000, please.
373. Bad, but kind of not either.
0,000. If you wanted to land, probably the best bet is that runway just ahead and to your left. Again, that's McCord Field. If you wanted to try.
This is obviously where he ends up. If you can tell that part.
That might be the best way to set up and see if you can land there. Or just like the pilot suggests, another option would be over Puget Sound into the water.
Dang, did you talk to McCord yet? Because I don't think I'd be happy with you telling me I could land like that, because I could mess some stuff up.
Well, Rich, I already talked to him, and just like me, what we want to see is you not get
McCord is the Air Force Base that the
Right.
fighter planes took off from.
hurt or anybody else get hurt. So like I said, if you want to try to land, that's probably the best place to go.
Hey, I want the coordinates of that orca with the, the mama orca with the baby. I want to go see that guy.
285, runway 16 strike, clear to land.
Behind you, there is another aircraft. Would you be willing to talk to them if they're on the frequency and maybe they can help you land?
6. Let me check for you. Hang on. That's right. It's up to you guys, but we got one going just in case. Okay, thank you.
Check around 101. back and get some water. Hey, what's
He wanted to go see the orcas.
right there behind me, like to my left.
Okay, Rich, well, first of all, we just need you to keep flying the aircraft. So if you could just stay there and keep flying the aircraft. The airport you just passed over on your left, that's the Tacoma Narrows Airport. I mean, that's also an option if you wanted to try going there. But like I said earlier, McCord, that's a bigger runway if you wanted to try to land there.
446, we're going to go ahead and shut down. Okay, so.
Oh, that's disgusting. 1 sec.
Hey, Rich, this is Captain Bill here. We're still listening. My airplane's doing just fine. How's yours?
285 left to November, hold short of runway 1.
Like I said, it would be a better option, I think, if you tried to land it or even land it on the water.
Yeah. Hey, is that pilot on? I want to know what this weather's going to be like in the Olympics.
If you can see the Olympics, the weather's good. I can see the Olympics through my window, and it looks pretty good over there.
All right, because I hit some, felt like turbulence around right near, but there was no clouds hardly.
Oh, that's just the wind blowing over all the bumpy surfaces there.
Was this during the Olympics?
Yeah, this is 2010. Yeah, and I was trying to see if there was. I'm trying to find the one where he basically, at the end, he's like, "I'm just gonna do I'm gonna do a barrel roll and put her in." At the end, he's just like, they're like, "Are you gonna land?" He's like, "Nah, I'm just gonna put her in. It's getting late," and he just writing.
Okay, he never had any thought of actually landing it properly.
No, I think that was meant to be a one-way trip for him.
Yeah.
So
look, I mean, there's some people in chat with different opinions on this one. Like, I feel really terrible for him that he'd had enough and he wanted to self-delete. That's really terrible. Another thing about this is though, and whenever something like this comes up, because I'm like culturally so far away from you guys, I look at something like this and I'm like, I wonder what the reaction was at the time and even what the reaction is now. Like, are there a lot of people who feel like doing something like this is really confronting because of the nature of the taking of the plane and the flying it around and the potential of it causing mass casualties and just what that means to the memories that they have? Was there outrage at this?
I mean, outrage at this guy doing it? No.
Yeah.
A lot of people were like, became very memey, but it was also just like so fucking sad. This how that guy felt.
Yeah. Yeah.
And just the despair and everything. Like, that was really kind of the undercurrent there. People are saying it was 2018. God, I thought it was a long time ago.
Right. Okay. So it was fairly recent. It wasn't near 9/11.
I thought it was 20. I thought it was 20. I thought it was way back in the day.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a 2008. Okay, my bad. Yeah, I thought it was 2018. Yeah, I thought it was older.
I don't know. Like, I mean, because that's the thing. Like, I'm so not part of like American culture that I sometimes when something happens, like for example, the Chauvin stabbing recently, and I had a look into the different reactions of people to the Chauvin stabbing, and it was so like diametrically opposed when you went and had a look at how different groups reacted to the stabbing, and you
were like, "Oi, this is just like in Wentworth."
Yeah, exactly. And it's just so interesting because people are so divided in their opinions, and really, really quite scarily so. Over here, we don't really argue about very much except, which beer to drink. But yeah, that's interesting. I bet there would have been some people who would have been like, "Oh, I'm so traumatized by the plane being taken."
Oh, no, people were. No. Yeah, making jokes. You can make 9/11 jokes if you want. Like, hold on.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, like right here. Keys to 737. They'll take it anywhere you want to go. They use box cutters on 9/11.
Okay.
I was at a job. I was still in I was in high school when September 11th happened, and I was graduating high school, and I was at a job. I would forget where I was at, and the guy said, like, "Give me those airplane keys," and I'm like, "What?" He's like, "It's keys to an airplane. You could take one over with it."
Wow.
I was like, "Ooh," but it's like, well.
Hey, Stray. All right, I'm gonna go. Thank you
Well,
so much for having me
that
on.
note,
That
I
was
guess.
awesome. No, I actually, you know what's happening? I have 2 kittens that I have to look after over the Christmas break, and well, one of them's a kitten. The other one's thinks she's a kitten. She's a year old, and because here we actually stop everything for the kids stop everything for like 8 weeks. This is our big break of the year because it's summer here. Yeah. So basically, kids are all off and they don't start school again till end of January, and so my child starts high school in a week and a half. So she's been hanging around here for nearly 8 weeks, and so like kind of like you guys start what in August or something, the new year. We start when the year actually begins.
Yeah. Well, actually, I got a question about the whole Christmas thing in Australia. When Australia Christmas shows, do they show it getting all snowy and nice outside? And because for you guys, that's a complete lie because it never happens.
It's a lie.
Way.
Yeah, it never happens that way.
Is that how they do it in Australia? Though it's like it's
no. Well, we show some American shows which we can't relate to at all.
Well, I didn't know if Australian shows did it as snowing too.
No, God, no. Like, well, if we make a show here about Christmas, no, there's no snow.
Okay,
no.
I just didn't know.
No.
I just didn't know.
So our Santa Claus, like, he has board shorts on, which are, the cutoff shorts, the beach ones. And we have lots of like songs about like Christmas in Australia on a scorching summer's day, that kind of thing.
Oh.
Yeah, that's how it works. But it doesn't really relate to us, like having the Christmas tree with the snowy little fake bits on it, that kind of thing. Doesn't make any sense. Makes no sense at all. Oh, Sean, before I go, I want to ask you, are you excited for Tuesday? Pre-evidentiary hearing conference thing.
For Murdoch. What time is that at? Because I
don't know. I'm staying up all night for it because I have to, but I expect it'll be 9 a.m.
I think so, but I have a what time is this at? I have a hearing that's set to go forward at 9 a.m. and it's gonna go. Like I probably won't be if I watch Murdoch's thing, I'll probably have to stream it late because I won't have it myself in time. But that one I don't think is gonna be as big as the days at the end of the month where it's the full
No, it won't be. Yeah. It won't be, but it'll just be cool to have the gang together and see them all side-eyeing each other and stuff.
Yes. I think the big one, though, the big one's going to be Thursday morning, the Richard Allen hearings, the oral arguments in Indiana. Those are going to be big. I'm covering those.
Yes.
That's going to be good.
Sweet. Well, I'm going to be live on Tuesday if you want to pop in for a little bit.
Yes. Okay. It's funny, though, you're saying like the 16th, and I'm like, it's a day after Martin Luther King Day. What's so important about that?
Yeah. But yeah, definitely. I'll be watching your coverage afterwards if I'm awake still.
Okay.
I'll be up all night.
Well, guys, if you guys are available, Helen will be doing. Are you going to be doing it on your own, or are you going to be working with other?
Oh yeah, people are coming along. Well, I'm streaming it myself, but I've got
so it'll be
David popping
utterances here on YouTube.
Yes. Yeah. So I'll be Branko said he's going to pop in at some point. David's going to pop in. McKinley's going to be there. There'll be a bunch of people. So it's just going to be open house all day. But yeah, Becky in a box.
Chat.
Yes, I will. Becky's not actually going to be in the witness box that day, but it's all leading up to Becky in the box. So that's why I'm calling it Becky in the box.
And the thing is with her, it's just this whole thing, and this is where this woman single-handedly, if she hadn't done any of this, there was never going to be a new trial issue, and it's probably going to be granted, But had she not done any of this, even though it was sketchy and there were problems, they would have all been
Would have
brushed
been
aside
fine.
by the appellate courts would have ignored it.
Yep.
But because of because of Hillbilly Becky,
Yeah.
you know, I want
For
to
her.
fly on the metal bird to the
Yeah.
big city.
The trial of the century.
Yes. Also, I still think Behind the Doors of Justice is something a judge would write as their memoir. I don't. Yeah,
It's
that's
so
a whole,
lame.
I bet that's already. I bet that's a stolen title too.
Well,
I mean,
it probably is. But the funniest thing is, she's going to end up behind the doors of justice.
Oh, I hope she does, given what she's done, because this has just been what she's done was completely disgusting.
Oh, it's classic. Oh, look, it's going to be so good. And Becky mails tomorrow as well. So many Becky mails.
Oh, the Becky emails. Oh yeah, well,
they've dropped more.
Oh, they all get dropped tomorrow.
No, more dropped. More got dropped during the week. So her
okay.
personal inbox got dropped during the week.
Ooh.
So what? And this is stuff from just recently, like up till just now, like up December, January, beginning of January. And you can see her sending emails from work to her home address.
Well, that's
and I mean, like, stuff that like you can tell that she's she knows that she's going to be leaving really soon, and she's sending all of that stuff that she worked on for the book and all that kind of thing home.
Well,
and there's some extra stuff in there as well. It's really good. So that's tomorrow, actually, 4 p.m. Yeah.
4 p.m. Eastern time. Okay. And then, guys, like I said, I will not be available at 9 a.m. on the 16th, but if you guys are, give Excited Utterance on YouTube a look, and I'm sure you'll be there unless the internet goes out, but otherwise you'll be there, and it should be interesting.
My internet's good now.
What's that?
My internet's good now.
Okay.
I'm paying ridiculous amounts of money now to have my internet nice. So even in Australia, with all the copper wires and everything, and all the spiders for everything.
I was gonna say that's what happens. The spiders climb on the power lines and they get
and the snakes pull it apart. Yeah. So and I've been having your lovely future Mrs. Martin in chat a lot lately. So maybe she'll join us as well. That would be awesome. Say hi. Give her a big hi and a hug from me.
Oh, I certainly
Hi, Dina. Hey, Dina. How's it going? Thank you for having me. Have a great day. The rest of the day, I am off to feed some cats. Hopefully, they haven't wrecked any more furniture. See you. Have fun with your model there. And thank you, everyone in chat, for having me. Bye.
Yep. Bye. Take care. Vodka's saying I'd rather all those spiders would give me a heart attack. Yeah, that's why I'm not. Shri is asking about who's Sarah Boone. Okay, so hold on, I gotta grab my nipper, so give me 1 second here. The wonderful story of Sarah Boone. Sarah Boone is the suitcase murder lady. Basically, she and her boyfriend, boo, paramour, whatever you want to call it, were getting drunk, and somehow she tricked him, who he wasn't the biggest guy in the world, to fold himself up in a suitcase. And she zipped him up, and she sat there and started filming it as he's stuck in the suitcase, and you could see him poking against the top of the suitcase saying, "Sarah, let me out, I can't breathe." And Sarah says, "Well, this is what you get for abusing me all these years." And she sat there drunk as he gets positionally asphyxiated. So that happens, and then according to Sarah, she wakes up in the morning and she realizes he's dead. She pulls him out of the suitcase, and then she says she puts him back in. There's a lot of things about Sarah's story that don't make sense. But yeah, she's been charged with murder, and she's set to go to trial. Now, her trial is set for the end of the month, but she just asked for expert witness and things. So they're probably not going to have the trial anytime soon. And that was kind of like the 10,000-foot view of it. She gave an interview to the police, and she didn't do herself any favors because she talked to the police. And remember, do not talk to the cops. do not talk to the cops. But Sarah decided to, and they charged her with murder. So, yeah. Well, it was Sarah said it's her cheating on me, but he is also abusive to her, allegedly. It was a long list of grievances. So, where's that last mark? Oh, there it is. So, Stray says her counsel situation, Sean, you have to include that. Well, don't talk to the cops. Had she not talked to the cops, she may have had a chance. You know, that's usually what sinks people when you talk to the police. Like, there's some evidence that usually implicates you in a crime. Okay. Yeah, there's nothing you can do about that. But when you talk to the cops is usually when you seal the deal. You help them. That's why they want you to talk, because they know that they need it generally. It's that little bit of insurance where you either accidentally snitch on yourself or, you know, you just spill the beans. So that's why even on shows like the First 48 where it's a slam dunk and they know who did the murder, they try to get those guys to talk. Because it just makes it easier, and that's how they usually get pleas for stuff. You notice though in the shows where the guys don't talk, what happens? They walk. So there's something to be said. Nobody talks, everybody walks. So, job well done saying. So let's see. Make this so you guys can actually see what I'm doing better. You do the mime, you do the time. Okay, no, you don't have to treat them like people treat Megan Fox, because I don't think Megan Fox deserves to be treated like that. But yes, having lips like a statue is generally a good idea. Coincidentally, it's Shut the Fuck Up Friday right now. Well, not anymore. It's Saturday, so. What is this not sealing right? God, he's got some big seam gaps. These are garbage. Maybe I'm not doing a Bombay. Maybe I'm doing it slick. Which Megan Fox, the reporter. Yes, I'm streaming from the future. All right, let's see here. Oh, let's see. So you guys were asking about Turtle Boy. I haven't, but I've heard there's been some developments with Turtle Boy, and some of those developments warrant me actually looking into it. And I think I'm going to, because there's been some, like I said, there's been some changes. Why is this glue thing stuck in there? Is Turtle Boy the I Like Turtles kid? No. Turtle Boy is a reporter up in Boston who's covering the Karen Reed case. Okay, good. It does work still. All right, perfect. The problem with Turtle Boy is I've known Turtle Boy from previous experience. And that previous experience is my interactions with Chili DeCastro, the douchebag sovereign citizen guy. And at the time, Turtle Boy and Chili were BFFs. Well, granted, the people involved in an entire situation were all idiots. On both sides of the situation, when I got to see it, they're all morons. But I still have this Air Boone thing up. Sorry. I see. At the time, I'm like, look, they're all jackwagons, so I'm staying away from it. So that's the reason why I assume Turtle Boy was probably in the wrong, because he's generally an idiot from what I've seen out of before. And looking at this entire thing of the Karen Reed case, he's not exactly striking me as he acting like a Rhodes Scholar. I mean, like I said, it's one thing to be a journalist, but it's another thing to be a journalist and you're like rallying up the mob to come help you do your journalism. So that's where I think there's always an issue. And then there's always the that's always a conspiracy. There's never a conspiracy. The idea that there are, it's generally not a conspiracy. It looks like in this case there is some funny business going on. I just needed, I'm not going to rely on Turtle Boy as my proof that there's funny business going on, because Turtle Boy is an idiot. So we shall see. As I will say, like Kate from Masshole Report is kind of like, a person antithesis to him right now. And she's offering up some stuff that shows there might be some ulterior motives. I don't know. But like I said, I learned about Chile from the whole island and ocean full, the little pond of stupidity all those fish swam in. So that's part of the issue. And the main reason why I don't listen to Turtle Boy is because Turtle Boy is Turtle Boy. That's the problem. The cops may be cunts, but Turtle Boy sounds like he's just as big as one as them. So that's why. Jeremiah Davis saying, in Houston, yes, the grand jury decided he was not going to get the taco shooter guy is not getting indicted. And if you guys remember, that's the one where he finished the dude. He did a bunch of anchor shots to that guy. That was a good one. That was a spicy one. It is funny though. We learned that that guy was out on parole, was not a nice guy, and there is his family, the dead guy's family, talks about it. I'm going to try to see if I can find it. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, here we go. If you guys want to see it, we'll watch it real quick. This is not going to get monetized anyway, so this is some funny stuff. Garrett says, anyone call himself Turtle Boy seriously? Well, my name is Potentially Criminal. Is it hard to take me seriously? I mean, that the name isn't an issue. So Luke says, have I seen? No, I have not seen the new documents. If you have them, send them to me. I might be interested in that. Toasted Foolery says, you build me prop planes. Yeah, I have a Focke-Wulf 190 I got to work on. A Focke-Wulf 190 to work on. But yeah, I kind of got restarted in this just the past couple of months after a long hiatus. So I plan on doing more planes. But yes, I love the World War II planes. They're so cool. And the cool thing is because they're so colorful and painted up and neat stuff about them. But if you guys don't remember, this is very interesting what happened here.
Robber who was shot and killed by a patron in a taqueria last week. Well, she's speaking out tonight exclusively to Fox 26. I'm Rashi Vance.
And I'm Caroline Collins. Our Natalie He is joining us live from that taqueria in Southwest Houston with a story you'll see only on Fox tonight.
That's right, that mother in prison. He knew that he was financially, but says she never knew how desperate he was for help.
Thursday morning was the last time he called me.
What did he say?
He said, Mom, son to mother, I'm trying to be the best person I can be.
In an ominous phone call Thursday morning, hours before the robbery
Apparently he didn't try hard
that
enough.
would end his life, 30-year-old Eric Eugene Washington promised his mother, Corrine Goodman, he would do better.
What he did, I don't condone. I don't. He knew better. He never said anything or made me think he would go this route. He started working, he was striving because he said, Mom, when you send someone to penitentiary, it breaks you.
In 2015, records show Eric was convicted of aggravated robbery with a deadly weapon and sentenced to 15 years.
I love how it's, yes, when you send people to prison, it does fuck you up. But you know what also fucks people up? When you rob someone at gunpoint, that tends to fuck them up too. So, yes, prison is bad, but generally speaking, you only go to prison if you earn it. So, I'm just saying.
Years in prison in connection to the shooting death of the business owner, 62-year-old Hamid Warridge.
He was there. He did not kill their father, but he was there and their father got killed. And that I am sorry for. I never got to say that to them, but I'm sorry for that.
Eric served 7 years and was released on parole. In December, he was charged with assaulting his common-law wife and later bonded out.
He's not the monster people picture him to be.
As the case now turns over to a Harris County grand jury, Corinne has one message for the patron who killed Eric.
I don't hate him. I can't hate him, but I want to know why didn't you stop? If you had to kill him, I can deal with that. I can come to grips with that. He did something wrong. I understand that. But for him to be shot 4 times in the back leaving, and when he falls down and he shoots him 4 more times, he abused him. He was dead already.
Yeah, he abused it. That's it was so mean to my boy. Look what they did to my boy. Look what they did to him. That's the, but you know, she's got to cling on to something here. So,
and that hurt. That hurts.
Now that
yeah, that was always funny. And yes, the guy got acquitted, or he got no billed, which I think there's an actual issue in Texas. You have to take murders like that to the grand jury. Brimstos has ever considered remote control. On what? He was a good boy, yeah. Yeah, look what did to that baby boy. Is Ben Crump their attorney? No, because there was no money to get out of this one. Rabbit 6 will be charged with desecrating a corpse? No. No. Nope. Oh, Brimstone's remote control planes. Yeah, I had a remote control plane, and that thing turned into basically an epoxy plane because I crashed it a lot. But I also did a lot of things with it. I flew a little too close to the sun many a time and hit stuff. RC planes are just cope for, well, when you're like 13, it's cheaper than flying a plane. So, yeah, look at this. This is not, if you guys can see those seam lines on this fucker, but There are some seam lines on this thing, and it is just garbage. So I'm gonna have to like get some glue and thin it down and fill some spots because these are kind of pathetic. Name of some sort, Steph. I thought about getting my pilot's license. Well, I probably couldn't get one right now because I'm super fat. So I don't think I would pass a flight physical. But back in the day, yeah, I did. It costs a lot of money. Costs a lot of money to get rated. And like, VFR, just visual flight, that's easy enough. Don't hit the ground. It's not hard. Don't hit things. Do an IFR, get a multi-engine rating. That'd be the fun stuff. Also, even if I did, there would be that'd be a lot of aircraft fuel, aviation fuel to fly me around right now, given my size. Brimstone saying sleep apnea. Yeah, the truckers have problems with that. Yeah, they don't. You don't pass the DOT physical with that stuff. Press the address and go. So, use the Nick knife to shed those pounds. I mean, I don't like whiskey that much. That's the thing. And I don't know if I made that clear. Like I'm not a big I'll drink, but when it comes to this has been distilled in barrels that have been soaked in whale piss or spent each one of our barrel planks was shoved inside the vagina of a giraffe for 7 months while it menstruated. And you could taste all the earthy notes in it. I don't really get all that. I don't get all that stuff. It's whiskey. I mean, I can appreciate a good Macallan or Dellamore. It's I can appreciate them, but I'm never like, oh my god, this is the best thing ever. I'm never one of those. And a really good wine. Yes, I can drink garbage like Franzia out of the box, and then you can give me $100 bottle of wine, and I'd be like, wow, there's a big difference. But I can't. I don't have I guess for me, my palate's not in, alcohol. So that's why I can drink a Bud Light. That's why I can drink a White Claw on top of all that crap. So I couldn't just do a whiskey diet. That wouldn't be fun for me because I wouldn't enjoy it. Yes, Zaven's got it right. Our barrels are aged from only crafted from 40-year-old rosewood aged in the Marianas Trench by mermaids. Yeah. Classmate Bag says, if you ever find yourself in the loo, do you ever call it the loo if you're from St. Louis? Nelly, he's like, I'm from the loo and I'm proud. When he's singing Country Grammar. Do you guys in St. Louis call it the loo? Because I'm curious. I'm just curious. I don't know if you do. Oh my God, finishing this part. Oh, I missed a piece. Hold on. Crap. The glue setting. Hurry, hurry, hurry. There we go. Come on. Sorry, this thing is fighting me. These crafty Koreans and their model kits. There we go. All right, now we're done. Now we're done. There we go. All right. All right. Garrett's like, whale piss. Carrie's like, giraffes menstruate? I assume so. They're mammals. Why wouldn't they? Follow says no because they're white. I don't. Okay. Oh, they don't say it to Lou because they're white. Yeah, well. Let's see here. Oh, no, we're not. No, moving on from that one. St. Louis is shitty. Yeah, people have said that. So, there were a couple. Going back, I wanted to get these. Sorry, Durna, you said this a while back. My apologies. For $5, said it's a shame. Normally, women make great pilots. Once you take away the curbs, mailboxes from the equation. Yes. Jason Lazout for $5. Thank you, Jason. Is saying possible for a camera angle change. I'm in modeling. It'd be cool to see what you're doing as you're chatting. Just a thought. Yeah, sorry. It required me to like be upright in my face because I had messed up cutting these little screw guys loose. I don't know if I can get this to come lower, and let's try. Let's see if we can work on this. So maybe that'll help a little more. There you go. You might be able to see me and do this a little bit better. I had a different setup I tried the last time, and I'm having problems setting that up tonight, so that's why we didn't do it today. So I'm trying to work on getting that back up and running again. But yes, thank you, Jason. I'm trying to work on that. See if I can. I don't know if there's a way I can get this to zoom in from here. Hold on. Camera. Mirror my camera. Well, that's a change, yes. Touch up my appearances. We could do it like low def. Is that gonna make it any bigger? Yeah. You guys can see better when I don't know if that'll help. So we'll stick to the high def. So Luke is saying, had I seen the new docs for Delphi, there are new attorneys joining in on the Odin and the conditions at Allen were worse than we originally thought. No, I was not aware of those, but that is good to hear people are starting to speak up because that is that's kind of what needs to happen. Because yeah, they are not doing that guy right. And I think it's bullshit that they like, oh no, look, he's fine, prison's okay. It's like, no, it's not. It's fucking prison. It's never okay. Nobody's ever been like, oh my gosh, it's so good here in prison. Okay, so we are still waiting to finish up the cockpit because I need to paint the seat and fit the seatbelt on. We'll do that next stream. We could do the landing here. We can do these guys. We'll do these guys next. This is actually fairly complicated for landing gear. So you had to put the tire and everything in it. Wow. All right. So going on right now outside is brutal. I can hear the wind outside still. It's just windy and rainy here, but it's been disgusting all day. Say Viva's on roids. I don't know. Viva, I don't really. I mean, Viva's on whatever. Viva is yoked. Those pictures of him, he is jacked. So I'll whatever. Whatever, he can be. If he's on roids, good for him because, D3. Holy shit, these are big fucking tires. Wow. These are big freaking tires. Check this shit out, guys. Check this shit out. These are the tires right here. Right here. Look how big these tires are compared to the nippers. Like, that's big. These are huge. Yeah, this is also weird that you have to put them together. Almost every other model plane I've ever done, usually the the wheel and tire part is all one piece. Oh wow, these are. Oh, I'm gonna need to hit these with a file. They are not. They are not working as good as I thought they'd be. Let's see here. Change this in a way you guys can see it while I'm doing it. Here we go. So Sean did a whoopsie. Yeah, a little bit. Yes, enhance. You guys are looking forward to seeing the build come together. I appreciate that, Jason. And I'm going to, like I said, I need to refigure out how to do my views down. I think I have a way of fixing it. It's just going to require me to do a little engineering on it. But I will come up with a solution here shortly. So. You watch it. I watch at 144p. Everybody looks good at 144p. That's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea. Nico says Viva's a hunky Semitic Adonis. Yes. Yeah, he's very short, but hey. Let's see. 144 is the Kang resolution. Yeah, I could see that. Let's see. How does this? Is it only which side is the correct side for this damn wheel? Is there only one way? I don't know. This looks... Is it in? Is it in? It's not telling me it's not right. Looks like it can go both ways, but it's not clear. Ralph used to be taller if he was lying on his back. Jeez. It's a 3-day weekend for Fed boys. Well, it's a 3-day weekend for attorneys, too. Because we don't have court Monday. So... It's a 3-day weekend for me, but to get stuff done, so it's really not much of a weekend. Brimstone, I mentioned before, I'm not going to comment on the case because I have involvement in it, so I can't comment at this time. This is so weird. Hold on. So, this is so weird how this is set up. I don't know if it's going to even focus right. Like, look at that. It's like an inset into the tire. So, I don't know. Let's see if this even focuses. Yeah, there we go. See, that's how both these look. And these look like fucking garbage. I don't get how whoever designed this thought this is a good look for a model, because it's not. I really don't. I don't get it, because this just... I don't... I don't get how these tires are supposed to line up. Like, they just... The rims don't look like poop. It's just having them not be one-piece design. I'd rather them be one piece. Like, if this was all one piece. Let me see here. Traditionally, these are one solid piece. And that's helpful because you can paint the whole thing. Focus, you fuck. Traditionally, that's a one piece. And traditionally, you could paint this all one color, paint the tire, then paint the wheel, and you'd be on your way, and then panel wash and do the detailing. I just don't like this being too... Like, being two separate pieces kind of makes it look chintzy. That's the part of this I don't like. So, I'm not used to that. I don't think it looks good this way, but I get it. I'm going to hit it with primer and it's all going to get black coated anyway. So, put white walls on my F-35. No, I'll put curb feelers there. Charlie says, I don't want to send you super chats. I want you to focus. I'm focusing. It's just, it's not the traditional way. My next career is designing models, yeah. Well, that's a shame saying if the Indiana Supreme Court upholds Gull, your whole office is going to get DQ'd from the juvenile court docket. I'm sure you guys are going to get DQ'd or asked for recusals anytime you guys are in front of her going forward. Also, I need to send you an email because I have a question for you about what's going on with Richard Allen, and you might know the answer for me. So, Patty says they killed Coach. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. Eric saying, where's the hole for the axle? It's on the back side. Hold on. So that's the front. And then there's the back. You can see the hole. The whole hole. You get it. Don't sniff the glue. Hold on. Don't tell me what to do. Oh. That's 1 point for me, internet. Jason's got a question here for $10. Thank you, Jason. Is saying, question: the Supreme Court who decided they would hear the Colorado Trump ballot case, is it a group of judges, one specifically to decide to take the case or to deny to hear a case? Well, there's different ways it's done, but this was done by the court. Generally, to get certiorari, you need 4 judges to agree in this type of situation. So this wasn't an issue of judges writing circuit where there's one judge who handles all the issues coming out of that circuit. They appealed straight to the Supreme Court, and at least 4 of the justices agreed to hear it. Now, they don't say how many agreed to hear it. If they agree. If there's a disagreement, is generally when you could tell what the voting looked like, because when they deny certiorari, there are judges who will write dissents about it should have been granted, and you hear things about like the shadow dockets and things like that. So there are times where judges will things get heard in different ways, but no, this was done the traditional route of seeking the justices to grant certiorari. So no, it was the normal 4 of them at least agreed. And I mean, here's the thing: I guarantee you, all of them agreed to hear this. There's no way that none of them wanted to hear this. They all wanted to. But thank you. That's a really good question. And traditionally, for most issues, you need at least 4 of them to want to hear your case. So no matter what the type of case it is, generally you need 4 people. And that's why certiorari petitions are very critical. They're very crucial. There are attorneys who their sole job is to write cert petitions. Like that's all they do, and they get paid very well for it because they know how to get recognized by the judges. They also learn, what issues, because ultimately the justices hear it, but the clerks are one of the driving forces about what gets in front of the justices. So you've learned how to get the clerk's attention. Big Happy says, toss the wheels and model it as an action shot. I've thought about, given the fact these bombs and the doors, I'm thinking about doing it as an action shot. But at the very least, I'm going to put these together just for the practice. Anyway. So, I mean, if that way I can do it anyway. That's a good point, though, Big Happy. I've thought about that. I might do an action shot like one of the side bays opened up or something like that. I don't know. Something. Have I thought about doing a black powder rifle kit? Yeah, those aren't generally too bad. That's a lot of woodworking. Just chiseling out wood to make it work. what I've thought about doing. No, here's the thing though. YouTube would kill me if I did it here. If I do anything with guns, YouTube is going to get mad. That's all considered firearm working on it. So no, I wouldn't be able to do it here. What I'm probably going to do coming up in the future is, especially with actually, hold on, I'm going to grab it real quick since we're done. So the Glock 17. Ooh, oh damn, that printed sexy. Oh yeah, this printed up nice and good. So you guys are like, those things are supports because when the gun was printed, it was printed standing up. So it printed from the bottom up. So when you get to the end, you need to have supports on it. Otherwise it'll fall apart. But yes, this got printed. So I could do a stream like cleaning this up, getting it ready, putting a slide on it, building a slide out. And that would be something that would probably go on Rumble. And I'm thinking about doing some of those coming up where, a couple of the guys I know that are involved in Discord, maybe I'll get like Matt from Fudbusters or Ivan or whoever want to come on and hang out and we can talk and have fun and play with, work on guns. It'd probably be on Rumble. It would not be here. And that's just because YouTube would nuke this channel so damn fast if I did that here. But I appreciate the idea. But yeah, doing anything with guns live or they would consider that gunsmithing anyway, so they would kill it. Show us your back hole. Thanks, I'm good. I'm not supposed to stick the glue in my nose. It wasn't in my nose. So it should be a 4 Alpha Zulu. How you doing? It's good to see. I don't think I've seen you on here before. If it has, it's been a while. So thank you for stopping by. It should be a 9-0 decision in the Colorado case. I don't disagree with you. And I think that at the very least, they're going to do that just for the sake of not torpedoing my democracy. I think you're going to get a lot of the justices agreeing. But there's also the idea that, everybody's got turf they're trying to protect. And the Supreme Court justices are going to protect their federal election turf. So I could see them protecting it on those grounds alone, not necessarily because, it's a heckin' right thing. And I honestly, however they decide to protect it, doesn't particularly matter to me as much as they nuke this off the map. Now, the other thing then becomes an issue of, well, it's almost going to be for naught if Trump doesn't win. And I'm not sure Trump is going to win. I mean, because let's face it, he's going to be the one running. It's not going to be Vivek and it's not going to be DeSantis. I mean, we all know who it's going to be at the end of the day. And I really hope he wins, but I'm not sure. A lot of fortifying out there. It's a very fortified and stable election. And that's a problem. If it's too fortified, is anything going to happen? So that's my only concern. And call me a doomer, whatever you want. It is what it is. I'm not making things up. As the kids say, no cap. No cap at all. Actually, do they still say no cap, or is that just the douchebags on TikTok? So, and this is going to be, yeah, so the gun actually printed out good. Okay, good. So that's done. Even the liberal justices support innocent until proven guilty. Here's the funny thing about that. There are multiple cases throughout history where you'll see weird, like Scalia Ginsburg, and you'll see weird splits on the court. The idea you're innocent until proven guilty is not something courts generally, they went 9-0 on a guy because he had already done a habeas corpus motion, and even though the law changed and said he was right, they wouldn't give him a second bite at the apple. And it would have released him from prison. And the Supreme Court said, sorry, we can't let you have another shot. So be very careful. Be very careful about thinking that they'll rule one way or another. Remember, they're government agents, and their primary job is to protect the government. Eric Fulham says, "Don't you do blacksmithing?" I do foraging. I would never consider myself a blacksmith. A blacksmith is an artist and a tradesman and a craftsman. I am a guy who sits out there and heats on pieces of metal and bangs on them and leave hammer marks. So, yes, I do, and I want to try to get it back out there this winter coming up, and I think we'll have time starting at the end of the month. Maybe go out there. I won't be able to do a live because I don't get good enough cell coverage, but I will record some of it, and I'll probably put some of that up somewhere, probably on the modeling channel as I work on stuff too. Let's see here. Teach you how to make napalm. That's easy enough. It's been a while. Glad you're well. Good to see you back. The kids don't say it no more. Okay. Are you in Ohio District 9? No. Actually. No, I'm not in District 9. Like, you're talking about, well, like, you mean like House District, or because that's not. Hold on here, because there's a difference. Well, there's an Ohio House District, be congressional. Or do you mean like State House? Because that's, I mean, I don't think you're worried about Ohio politics that much. You mean federal house? Oh, okay. So when you mean the congressional districts, I am not in that one. I can tell you that much. Because District 9 is Marcy Captor, I think, still. Yeah, that's Marcy Captor. That's like when I was in college, I was out there, and then when I was in law school, I was in District 9. But District 9's way up on the northern, way up there on the west side of the state. So it's been a long time since I've been over there. Yes, District 9 itself is a decent movie. It's a very good movie. Yeah. It was great watching all the South African accented guys trying to kill each other. So. I'm basically in District 9 because I eat all the cat food. Well, shh. Lower your voice. Future Mrs. Martin's going to hear you, and she'll wonder why the cats are getting skinny. Okay, so I need struts. And... wait, okay. Oh, okay, yeah, these are... oh, wow, these are actually huge. Okay, I can see why they want me to do this now. First, I thought these were a little small, but this might work. In District 9. I'm in District 9 and 10 right now. Yeah. Nope, I am not. I'm not gonna. Let's see here. Brent's was talking about J.R. Majeski. Yeah, but that guy's cringe. He lied about his. Oh, hold on 1 second. Is this not working? Yeah. That guy jerked around about his military career and everything. That guy's a tool, J.R. Majeski. I don't like him, so. But whoever is going to vote for him, they can do whatever they want. I just think he's bad news. I just think he's bad news. I just don't like him. He also just looks like a goober. And if you have to agree, he does look like a bit of a goober. Charlie says there's a South African dude who does travel vlogs on YouTube that bangs every. He does. So what's he do? He bangs every South American chick he can. Be careful in Brazil, man. Homie's gonna get the HIV out of that. That's not good. No, Captain Chromo, this is not the plane the Ghost of Kiev was flying. I think MiG-29s look like garbage, so I would never build a model of one. I'd build a model of a flanker because they look pretty cool, but not a MiG-29. I think they look awful. I think they look like dog shit, actually. I don't know what it is about them. I just don't like them. They're just not appealing. You can see it getting on the farms page. Apparently, Sean has a irrational hatred for the MiG-29 for some reason. We don't know. MiG-21s are sexy. Yeah, they look pretty cool. They've got that. MiG-21s have that late, like the late 50s, early 60s. Like everything's a rocket aesthetic to them with the big intake and the nose cone, all of that. I mean, it is pretty cool looking. They do have that going for them. As far as, yes, the MiG-29 being a crappy copy of the being a crappy copy of the F-15. Well, yes, because it's everything. None of it's good. It has no endurance. It has no ability. So, yeah, it was awful in every way. The airplane is nicer than Fat Amy. Yeah, Fat Amy's good looking. Fat Amy's got good lines. Alpha says, 4 Alpha Zulu says, the F-22 is superior to the F-35. Yes, I'm sure it is. The problem is, thanks to good old McCain, they fucking shut down the line and destroyed all the tooling. So, fight with me while we go harm ISIS, John McCain. It's the reason why we only have 175 of them anyway. Okay, so how do we do this? Oh, there's like... It's going to make me nervous. Hold on, guys. I need to lean back and look at this close up. So C6, it lines up this way. Hmm. So I need C16 and C8. Wait, that's not it. C6. Okay, so we're going to try this. This might be the last little bit, guys, because I feel like I'm getting to the point where I need to really concentrate and it's getting late. And I'm nipping these because I don't know how they're a little small and I don't want to break them. I need C16. There we go. All right. No, I'm not making spiders. How do I know about Brazil? Because I've heard stories. I've heard stories. Also pretty sure I just read stats that there's a lot of high five in Brazil. So you don't understand brutalist art? Well, maybe I don't. I will say the weirdest thing I had to deal with this week, though, since we're talking about stuff, I deal with the courthouse. They closed at 4 o'clock. I was trying to go file a motion. I hadn't been there before. And they closed at 4. Not 4:30, 4 o'clock. That was really, really weird. All right, I think I'm ready to glue this up. Okay, so this is going to go. Let's try this again. Okay, C5. If I'm holding it like this. Okay, this goes in here like meow. This. Goes in here like meow. Like a glove. Like a glove. Come on, fit in there, you son of a bitch. Okay, it does. Uh-oh, Clyde's fired up. There isn't a sexier fighter in the F-16. Wrong. The F-4 Phantom II. Absolutely sexy. I'm a Patrice O'Neill acolyte. Yeah, you gotta love Patrice. The man spoke the truth. Okay, so what did John McCain do? John McCain helped scuttle the F-22 production line. John McCain also gave a bunch of guns to Syrian rebels as part of Timber Sycamore, which ended up becoming ISIS. So, yeah, John McCain's done a lot. How about the X-59? Looks like a scaled-down Aurora. The A-10 is such an awesome plane. It's okay. I mean, it's pretty cool, but like if I'm hunting T-62s in the foothills of Czechoslovakia in 1974, yes, it's really good at that. If you're trying to do anything in 2020, it's not so much. 2024, it's not so much good at that. A-10's your next build. There's Wildcat. Okay. Yes, they have big booty bitches too in Brazil. Yes. Job well done says I haven't seen him use any sandpaper and he wonders why he has gaps. I do a little bit of sandpaper. I don't like to do too much. I would rather use a little bit thinned down putty to fill gaps instead. John McCain had cancer at that point. Here's the problem, though. John McCain's always been a scumbag. He was part of the Keating Five when he first got into the Senate. Was part of a massive bribery scandal in the 80s. He's always been scum. So no, man gets no sympathy from me. Kim was saying, "How am I so knowledgeable on so many things? Are you a tard and not telling us?" I've already admitted I'm a tard. I've already admitted that. Unless you're not talking about me. Now, one of my best friends had told me, he said, all the stuff I know, if I could replace it with like legal knowledge, I'd be making $1 million a year, and he's probably right. So at least wait until McCain's funeral's over before I bash him. Yeah. Oh. Make $1 million. You take that back. Oh, you guys are, oh yeah, Paul Harrell. Yeah, Uncle Paul. That is so sad what's happened to him. I wish him peace, and I'd love nothing more for him to say, well, I ended up shooting cancer in the face. I have a feeling that that's not going to happen. That would be an awesome story. Since Paul's killed his share of men. And if you guys didn't know that, he's like one of the few people on YouTube who does gun stuff who does have a body count. So. Okay. All right. Time to get this on. All right. Here we go. Hold on, that actually didn't get in there. There we go. Yes, John McCain is not a good man. Was not a good man. And that's excluding the whole Forrestal Fire thing. There we go. What do you think my tard levels are? Really high. Really, really high. Charlie says, all about focus. Yes. Hope you make $2 million a year. You know, I'm gonna have to go get counseling after this. At some point, sitting there in a counselor's office. What happened? They told me to make millions of dollars a year. Oh. Oh, Charlie, you don't know who Paul Harrell is? Paul Harrell is a YouTuber. Guys, you know, you'd think he's a FUD, but he does a lot of gun discussion. It's really, really good. Does a lot of shooting and testing of things. Very, very good channel. Chad hasn't discovered cancer tube yet. Yeah. Klotsmy Beck says the good die young and he died old. Well, death was scared of Paul Harrell. That's a big issue there. Lost in Law saying, what's up, Sean? Hey, how you doing, Tim? Good to see you, man. Oh, Paul was Army spec. I don't know if was he really. I just know he was like I knew he had like he was in the military, but I didn't know he was. Hold on here. Yeah, he used to be in the Marines and he was in the National Guard, but I don't think was in the Special Forces. So yeah, he was yeah, I don't see anything saying that he was in Special Forces. He just has a lot of training experience and some law enforcement experience. So Paul is just really good at what he does. Well, you meant John McCain. I have nothing love for Paul. Okay. Charles saying he died. He's not dead yet. He was he's dying. He's got pancreatic cancer and is in a really bad shape. So he's got a very, very short amount of time left to live. mean, he's to the point the last video he was on, he was using crutches because his hip and leg are falling apart from the cancer. So, yeah, Uncle Paul's not long for this world. Patty says, is he not going to do the show again? He's probably going to do like 1 or 2 more episodes, but he doesn't have much time left. You know, that was the thing. It kind of sprung up on him. And I think Paul's doing it his way. Yeah, that's the problem with pancreatic cancer, and that's just because the way the cancer itself in your pancreas, you know, constantly, you know, growing and shedding cells and dying cells, it grows so fast and rapidly, you never catch it usually. You know, I think his brother will be fine. He's got to give him a chance. Got to give the guy a chance. Okay, so now how does this... All right. I'm going to try this last piece here. How is this setting up? No, come on, that doesn't fit that way. I have to look at real fucking landing gear and figure this one out. F-35 gear. Landing gear strut. The struts. What the fuck does this look like? No, not F-35C, because that's the front gear. I don't care. Here we go. This might help. This might be helpful for what we're looking at. All right, let's see what this looks like. Put this inside the plane and see what it looks like, I guess. Let's see here. What the fuck? This is like... This isn't on the back way, I don't think. It's the way it should be on. Wait, that's how it wants me to do it? That doesn't fucking seem right. Here we go. This, I mean, the airplane sitting like that doesn't make any sense in landing gear. No, it's not even, guys, it's not the issue of putting the gear on the correct side. It's the way this gear sits that I don't... Yeah, James Yeager got ALS. He died a while back, sadly. Even the way he did stuff and you make fun of him for hiding in the ditches and whatever. Still a horrible fucking way to go. All right. No, it goes forward with the lean. I gotta this. What's it look like from the side? Oh, here we go. Oh, okay. Wow, that's that. So they are crooked forward. That's so fucking weird. That is so weird. Okay. Also, okay, those are big fucking tires. Big chonkers. Yeah, and here's the other thing. The landing gear are canted forward. They have a forward cant, so that's how they have to go. Okay. Hawkeye. What's a great Scarface? So that's how it's going to look. That just looks weird, but hey, whatever. This would be more fun if I had a fistful of gummies. You know, I thought about doing edible streams at some point. Throw a fistful of them. Oh, that'd be so much fun. So the F-35 stretch do sit slightly forward. I get that, but when you look at the way this is sitting, though, Sulu, that is a very positive angle. So it's traditionally an airplane struts are, it looks weird the way it's set up. That's my only thing. Like, it just doesn't. It just looks like it's a problem. And yeah, I mean, look at this thing. It's just, oh boy. Oh boy. Now I gotta figure out how to shackle this fucking front thing onto it. Maybe that's it right there. No. No, this is positioned like that. Up. This does not let me get full ground coverage. When you look in the bay, almost might be easier to glue the strut in and then glue this fucker in and then glue it to the strut. I think that might make a little more sense here. Just thinking out loud, chat. Yeah, that'll work. All right, I'm gonna have to drill this out or do a little, because that little hole in there is not wallered out enough for me to do that. So that is not gonna work. Well, given how fucked up this landing, maybe I'm just gonna you know what? Yeah, I think I'm just gonna work on building the landing gear and then for practice, and then just piss on it. And I mean, I could do landing gear doors and just boop boop boop, and then just have the ammo bays open. I might just fuck it. We might just do that. B8 and B6. We might just do that and just fuck it and call it good, because it looks like I can do. Yeah, I can do the doors. Yeah, you know what? We're just gonna do that. Fuck it all. Fuck it all. We're just covering up the doors. Screw it. Fuck you, Lockheed Martin, and to make this so damn hard. Why does it not show me as an option to do it closed up? Because that would be the way to do it. Yeah. All right. Well, let's do some trimming. This is going to be the end of the night then. We're putting the doors on. Putting the doors on this bitch. I'm realizing how fucked the... Yes. Yes, I'm learning to hate the F-35 by building one. So Brett's is still going. Yep. We're about to finish up here. Do I want to fall asleep on stream? No. We did that once. I was super tired. I just said shackle it. Well, get the Dremel. We're not using the Dremel tonight. Yes, it's got four. Believe it or not, the funny you should say that. This has to do the landing gear on each bay. There are 2 doors. So there are 4 doors for more horrors on this plane. All right, let's trim these fuckers up. Do a diorama with the Yemeni wedding. I probably will at some point. Speaking of things, hello Iconoclast. This is your this is what you got me if you guys weren't aware. So wait, hold on. What side does I could have my Gucci on? I could have a Louis Vuitton. But even with nothing on, I made you look. Oh my God. A little rough paneling job here by Academy. Oh boy. This is not good. They did not do a good job on the mold for this door. Oh boy. This piece especially. Wow. Looking at it, this is far from good. Oh boy. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see that, but that is not very good. That seam right here along the top. Oh boy. This is not I'm going to require a little bit of epoxy putty in there. Let's hope this back door fits a little better. These top panel lines where the mold got thin. Not the best. Not the best. I guess I'll have to trim up all this crap on the edges. There we go. Wow. There we go. Almost got it. There we go. That fits down. I think that's all we needed. Yeah, wow. God, this is just rough job on this. Rough job on this academy. I don't even know if sandpaper is going to fix this. So, William Foley says, "You're not cursing as hard as I do making the real parts." Oh. Thank you, William. I appreciate that. I'm sure it's, yeah. But there's a lot of swearing on those. Jobble does says, "I don't see sandpaper or even a nail file." I understand. I use as much sandpaper. I think you can get a lot done by using the blade. It gives you a similar, and I feel more control with the blade. But thank you very much for the $5, William. I appreciate it. It's the DEI plane assembly. Yeah, that's the Dunning-Kruger plane assembly, sure. Where is the SB Seller says, "Why am I not in Attorney Tom's React videos?" Because they never asked me. And I get it. Because it's Tom's videos. That's why. I'm not sure why, but that's his, he wants to do his thing, and, I don't know. Maybe he's never thought about it. I don't know. I don't think I've ever been on with Tom before. I don't know if Tom knows who I am, so that's probably part of the, well, I'd say that's a decent reason why, but I don't know. I also admit I am a bit crass and blunt when it comes to things, so maybe he's like, I don't know if I want that on my channels, because for Tom, that's part of, the Attorney React stuff is part of his media stuff he's working on. He has the right to do it as he sees fit. So, nothing against him. I think he does pretty good. And I hope that case he's got against Logan Paul takes Logan Paul to the fucking cleaners. And maybe at some point, as much as I say I don't like seeing people getting prosecuted, the Paul brothers, for all the scams they've committed, deserve to be at the long end of the DOJ at some point, just for all the shit they pull on people. Because I think it's horrible the way they treat their investors and their fans. Both of them. So that's all. Two bays, more gays, yes. I hope the back door fits better. Yes. It's a little loose. Had to remove some thickness from the back. A little too thick back there. They weren't clapping. They weren't able to clap. this is so curved I can't even get the blade in there. So, and if you guys ever want to see me on there, I don't know, leave a comment. If that's where, what I will tell you is if you guys ever want to see me collab with somebody or do things with someone, reach out to me, but also reach out to them. That's the best way, is to reaching out to those people saying, hey, have you heard of so-and-so? That's probably the best way to get things out there. Yeah, this is not meant to be closed up. Wait, no, that was the right way, you dummy. Yeah, you can see it's come on, focus. There you go. Yeah, that's not meant to be closed up, but I think that's the better look for it. I don't know. Figure it out. Patience building a model, try building a real one, yeah. Yes, I did study the blade. I know the riddle of steel. For Alpha Zulu for 10 saying, hey, Sean, gonna drop in a couple. It's good to catch stream tonight. Yeah, I'm about to drop myself, so I appreciate it. Thank you for being here. Tom looks at Sean the way Tokyo looks at Godzilla. Sure. Yeah. Kay says, I'm honest, not crass. I am honest, but I also can be crass and a little rough in presentation. So it's not for everybody. Yes, the CryptoZoo thing. Yes, Tom's suing Logan Paul on behalf of a lot of people who lost money. So, yeah, CoffeeZilla's things about Logan Paul are very good. Yep. When are me and Jeff doing another stream? I don't know. Don't know. That's a shame, says, but it is for us. What do you mean it is for us? Wait, did I say I'm suing? No. Tom is suing Logan Paul on behalf of a bunch of people who lost their money in CryptoZoo, the bullshit crypto scam he was running. So that I'm not suing, Tom is. So, oh. Wait, where do those doors go? I just had them. Oh, there they are. All right. Oh, you said your styles are for everyone. Yeah, but it is for us. Yeah, no, and I appreciate that you guys enjoy it. But that's, I could easily see that being a reason. I'm not sure. But that's like part of the reason why I'm never being on Court TV. So I can tell you that much. And, there's also something to be said, like, would I really want to be on Court TV? That becomes another issue. Would you really want to be on those things? And any place that had me on, would I really want to be on their thing? Hope Tom wins all their millions. Yeah, well, he probably will. Because that's how it works in class action things. The attorney's the guy that wins. Class actions are how attorneys afford boats. So, yeah, that looks so much better inside this now that it's dark in there. Oh my God, it is a million times better looking in these bays. A lot of the brightness that was shining through this initially when you'd look at it, now that I've painted it black, it's kind of like it stays dark, and I like that. And then how would this one fit? Yeah. And there we go. And then the cockpit sits on that one. So that's the other bay. The cockpit sits in there, and we got the landing bay, the front landing bay. We'll put doors over that bad boy. Maybe I'll have to paint on the panel lines for that. I'm not sure, but we'll figure that out. I think that's it for that. And that'll be probably when I get some free time coming up in the next day or two, chiseling all this off. So there we go. Mr. Sniper, you're asking about Mr. Sniper? What did I? Why did I skip out on layback law? I had something come up. I had to go deal with a client. It was a client matter. This is a priority situation. I had to have it taken care of. So, all that comes first. So, I love being on there with Eric. I love it when he invites me on. I'm flattered. I'm flattered anytime people invite me on. I appreciate that they, that they like it. So I'm always flattered by it, but that's, subsequent to the it's just like master and commander, subsequent to the conditions and terms of the service, needs of the service. Well, I got an offer, I got a plea offer in a case I had to try to get resolved, and this one's going to be a lot of work, and I need to get it. I had to go speak with a client and get some things done. So, among other clients I was taking care of that had to work some stuff out with. So, they come first. At some point, I'd like to say YouTube will come first, but that's not anytime soon at this rate. So, thank you, sweetheart. I didn't realize you were still up. Maybe I'm talking so much you can still hear me. Making sure it's not as gay as... No, I'm not just going to be like, whatever. Eric Hunley, yeah, he runs Unstructured, also does... Yeah. SP Still, is a jeopardy attached in that grand jury no bill in Houston? No. Technically, that... Hold on, since we're done here, I'm going to move the camera back up. Yeah, Eric is very... Eric, I love Eric. Great guy. He also does America's Untold Stories with Mark Robert. I like Mark a lot, too. Mark is super cool. Ooh, that was too wide. Well, that's not good. Hold on here. Actually, wow, actually, it's pretty good setup. Got it back almost to where it needed to be. No, generally speaking, going to the grand jury is not jeopardy. Jeopardy only attaches in front of a jury or during the proceedings. So when you actually go to trial, so you know that this is you can be presented to the grand jury 55 million times if the prosecutor wants, and there's nothing you can do about it. If you get no billed 15 times in a row, they can present you for the 16th. There's literally no prohibition on that, at least for now. Maybe there's some states where that's the case, but I doubt it. I doubt it. Is there any reason he changed the name? I think he was just trying to rebrand it a little bit, get a little more attention for it. I mean, kind of makes sense since it's mainly about law. Why not have it laid back law or something? So. Oh, he says he explains it today. Okay, well, I'm glad he did, but I think that's mainly the reason why, and I think it makes sense to me. Jonathan Doyer saying, your birthday's Tuesday. Well, happy birthday in advance. This month is lit with Texas playing chicken with the glowies. It is. That is hilarious that they're just now the thing is, though, there's going to be an end run around all of that for the National Guard, because I could see Biden federalizing them and basically knocking them out of the way. Because at that point, very much like what happened in Arkansas and Little Rock when they tried to integrate the schools, the governor called out the National Guard. Well, the U.S. government federalized the National Guard and said, stay in your barracks. You're not needed anymore. So I could see that being, the DOD's response at that point. And that would pretty much effectively cause problems because they would have to obey that command. Now, I could see the other way around that is Greg Abbott calling out the Texas State Guard, which is not responding and beholden to the DOD, but I don't know how well that would work because they're not necessarily trained up for this kind of stuff, and they're not well staffed. So. Green Cap saying, can I ask my doctor for detailed pics of my shoulder surgery on the 22nd and post that to locals that night? I mean, if you want to, sure. I mean, if you want people to see your stuff, I guess. I mean, that's all you, man. Yeah, I mean, I don't care. That's not really. If you want the world to see it, you can. So. That's why states see their own militias. Yeah. What about some of the state police? Oh, yeah, they have those options available to them, too. But there's not a ton of Texas Rangers, and, yeah, they might use the Texas, Highway Patrol, but there's only so many of those guys, too. I mean, after a while, they're going to run out of people, and they'll need them in other places. So, all right, guys. Well, that is it for tonight. Wow, it is 2:30. So, can Rangers deputize the locals? I don't know, but that becomes an issue of it's deputizing people. Well, you run into issues with that. So, and I don't know, deputizing the citizens. That's you got to be careful when you do that because. Think about it like this. You might think, oh, it'll be people like me. Sure. It'll also be the dumbest sons of bitches you can find on the block showing up. So think about it like if your neighbor got deputized by the sheriff. Would you want him walking around with the force of law? Because you know what he's going to do? He's going to screw up and he'll probably abuse his authority. Would you want that person screwing with you while you're trying to drive around and go about your day? That's that's always why I get worried about, as much as I like the citizenry of this country as a whole in general, we're a bunch of fucking idiots. So, well, Cletus starting a national incident, I'd be worried about if I'm driving down the road, Cletus tries to stop me. Or he's like, he stops some guy who's American. He's like, you look a little tan, feller. And doesn't, I have Fourth Amendment rights. You think Cletus knows what he can do and not do stopping people? Yeah, there's a problem. Yeah, exactly. Imagine the dumpster bros being deputized law enforcement officers. That would be terrifying. So, yeah. So, Sunseal says it would be hilarious to see the cops and the feds arresting each other. Oh, it would be. It would be. Oh, it would be hilarious watching police eat their own. Mofolk, I'm like, not me right now, but there were times where like people thought I was a foreigner with like Mediterranean ancestry if I had a good enough tan going, and when my hair was black. So, but there's enough people that would get harassed and screwed with that I wouldn't want that to happen. So, it's just a thing. Just bringing it up. Just something to think about. So, that's it, guys. That's it for tonight. I'll see you guys around. I don't know if we'll do anything tomorrow. If I don't see you guys till Monday night on Locals, see you then. And let's hope everything stays quiet. Nothing crazy happens. Take care, everybody. Good night.